Yo, what's happening, chat? How are we doing? Doing a Vim play today. Doing a Vim play today.
You think back to Major number 1 and Major number 2, we didn't have set lobbies. We had so many duos compete.
Right, chat. Let's see what's going on. Who else should we get up here? Oh wait, let's do this for now. Right, let's see Chapel spawn.
Are we on con still? No, we are not.
How are we not on con?
I saw someone jumping out the same bus.
Why would anyone con for this shit?
We saw the Opel
Go there.
kid got banned.
Yeah.
The kid that restarts.
Carry DMR. Yeah, now Janice is gonna have the coin.
No, Aqua.
Or that, yeah.
With Aqua's con under the iPad. SNG with laser on me. Are we killing the bot?
Yeah, probably for phases.
I have 6
I'm
minutes
just
on
gonna-
this.
Who's gonna kill the other bots?
I can't do it.
Did you loot everything already?
Yeah, on my side, yeah.
Even that?
What?
Even that side?
No, which side? On your side, I didn't loot any.
My side?
I need the coin, I think. I have 50 AR bullets on it. Why is he hit? He hit me with minus 80 damage by the way, the bot.
There's no way you looted everything. What's good?
It is. Nice.
I can full phases.
I think I carried the coin. And drop it in mid game or something.
You can drop it after forecast.
I'm dead. What? Precious. How?
That
But
bot
how
is
is
so
it
OP,
sticking
chat.
on me? I thought it's not sticking. You need to spam, you need to spam, you need to spam. The whole time. No?
I'm spamming.
Nice. It's a fucking bug! I can't, nah, I can't. We die because of a bug. It's impossible, I
Why
can't
are
play.
you dying to bot? That's a question. That's
I
my
don't know,
question.
I didn't have
That's
ammo
nice.
anymore. What? The bot was 1 HP, the server lag, and then he hit me with the thing.
Nice.
And you can't dress me because of a fucking bug. Oh my god.
That is so unfortunate.
By Giannis and Flixie, a new duo to this season that you got to look at and think there's a lot of high hopes on the table for them.
A lot of potential. 11 Mini, we're talking about them. Especially with a lot of the duos that have moved to NA. Just opens up more opportunities for the ones that stayed here on EU. Landing brawlers as well. Taking a look at this POI brings memories from last major. Not as popular this time around, but still very strong.
Yeah, you still got a good amount of loot. You have the dashes. It is relatively center of the map as well. And because I think that so many people disregard Grim Gates, that there's no medallion there, that not many people want to challenge it. So virtually uncontested in most regions. So this is going to allow them to get a nice early start. It just all depends, does anybody rotate through Grim Gates, around Grim Gates, or is Toos and Karma going to have to rotate out to get their Storm Surge?
That's the big question. Important thing is elevating yourself here. You can see, kind of taking a peek at those surrounding duos. We saw how popular it was, the third-party Grimgate, when it was the big POI of the season. So there's still a lot of split drops that do happen in the surrounding area. So opportunity for tags should arise if they're able to wait long enough. Perhawer Comeback, though, quick to rotate from their drop.
It's a team that we've seen in many different instances of majors that they're progressively getting better as a fight. Flixie and Vico, a team that we've talked about, getting very, very aggressive. We talked about what's over towards Reckless Reels. Well, the most common thing that we see almost every team try and fight for, it's that close forecast tower just to the south, a little bit to the east of where Reckless Railways is actually at. And already you see with early game eliminations, that's going to give them the best chances to go ahead and get it, but they're not stopping there. There's one elimination is not enough. They're going for another one on Akiro and instantly takes him down. That's 2 total eliminations, a full team out of the lobby, and great positioning for Vico and Flixie.
Could this be the communications coming to play? Vico no longer having to speak English with Pink. Now, once again, back with his native language. As we switch over quickly to Artist here. Nice clean connects. Forcing that aggression now with the advantage. Gonna pick this up quickly. 2v1. Oh no, he's actually lost his duo partner. It's turned into a 1 versus 1. Danger now rising.
Yeah, Fanayan, basically a 1v1. Fire Hunter's already down. Artist is doing what he can. That's a nice shot. That's going to alleviate a good amount of pressure. But you have to be careful because there's almost no instance this season that you're 100% safe because of those nitro splashes, but they're just dodging around. Artist not wanting to stay in one position. Finally gets the piece control over the top. Fanayan basically going down with ease of Artist.
GG. Fanayan down.
And it's way before anybody else begin to try a third party, move over in this direction, and interrupt it for themselves.
If you're able to get initial tags for these types of engagements, it's already an advantage. It's always been an advantage, but like you said, Jacob, now with the nitro splashes, it's just that much more powerful if you're able to land those initial shots. Because, I mean, it's very difficult to run away from someone that's charging at you with full nitro, both players. I mean, you can put ramps in your box, but you're only going to last so long. You won't have enough time to heal up, so it's definitely a scary position to be in for a lot of these players. Kidero and Nebs, though, very close to a lot of action, just like Marius here, who's already been cracked. Opposing duos now are going to be the aggressors.
You see the nitro splash being popped. Sango, gotta be careful. Break it through the box once. Instantaneous. This is where you have to go ahead and switch layers. That's gonna be the best defense. You cannot stay on that one. Nice shot to try to fight back, but Shoutouts just go ahead and slides down low to low ground, being careful not to challenge. He is weak. One shot will do him in, so he has to be careful, pick and choose. Oldver is also getting tagged out. Marius out of nowhere is alleviating the pressure that is absolutely necessary, and now the tables have turned. He's looking like he's on the chase.
Nitro Splash popped once again. Looking to find the angle now to rush on in, but shots from above gets cracked once again. Marius dropped to 58 HP. Forced to play a little passive here.
Yo, we said there, bro.
As now this is a situation that you know the third party's up above, just kind of looking down below. You still have that engagement that's unfinished. Nice! 2 shots connected as well.
Shots at 8 up in the stream. Make sure to drop a like, subscribe if you guys are new.
This is scary,
good.
Jacob.
Yeah, this is good for them too, because not only do they have that, they have the medallion all the way from the bottom side of the map, which gives them that nitro, infinite nitro splash ability essentially coming out from them. So if you try to challenge them, you have to be careful in a lot of these situations. And just like we're seeing Nitro Splash be used as the offensive maneuver item, you can see it here being used by Sanguid and Marius. They're quickly popping it because it does give you speed. It does give you a little bit more stamina, so you can cover as much distance as possible when you do need it to rotate, especially that the Nitro Fists are no longer here. Yeah,
it is now the main item for mobility and also just for fighting in general when you need it. Here you can see they also have a use of natural mobility with the launch pad on that ridge. 107 shot connected. And like we were mentioning, if you hit those initial shots, you can see nitro splashes pop instantly. The opponent can try and hide, can try and pop some shields and box up, but when you got two players that can run shoulder first right into your box, you're gonna have to take one out. You're gonna have to play for that aggression. You can only run for so long.
Yeah, it's almost like you have to, instead of playing defensively, trying to back up, you have to time your shots perfectly for when they break through those builds, and it's gonna come out as a sacrifice, and a 2v1 is not gonna be easy, and they're just hot on the hills, not really giving them a chance. Switching layers quickly to try to get out of the way of the nitro, but he drops right back down, putting himself in that same danger. Sayer's gonna buy him some time, but he needs more than just a couple of seconds. They have the two different angles, and it's just only a matter of time. He goes down altogether.
Yeah, like we said, the clock was ticking. There's not much you can do in that situation. High drop in the wrist, though. Looking to be, I was gonna say, there's not too many duos around them. They are kind of more edge zone here. 3 elims already on the board, so more than enough damage to start off this match. Double Flowberry Fizz as well. And you can even see the little Grimgate dashes that they got that I have kind of been conserving.
It does look like they're near the forecast tower as well. Doesn't matter if anybody's going to try to contest it. We saw Vico and Flixie over in that direction early on, and we see Karmi and Twos rotating. They're not too far away from Grim Gates, make it all part of their loot path. That's the one thing that Grim Gates actually does lack, is that metal material. Everything else is pretty fine and dandy if you look at their loadout. You see making that smart move. Zone doesn't pull far. They take their time. Instead of going all out aggressive, going for surge, they know that opportunity is going to come later on in this same game as long as they position themselves accordingly.
CZV. Trying to connect some shots here with the DMR, but although they are positioned on top of
Funny enough, chat, I used to play with this guy.
There's only a couple duos
CZB.
in sight that are rotating through.
Just play
In terms of
trios.
Zone, though, they are positioned quite well. I'm curious to see
This
how
was
much
like back in the day, like that far away.
been able to secure. But it looks like they are going to start moving in a bit more.
That's what I like about this team. They're just progressing.
And good for you, bro. How you been?
3 FNCS finals, even though their best placing isn't among some of the best, it's all about consistency. It's all about progression throughout each and every one of these FNCS that you see. And there's so many teams. I think
Shout out to
this
7 Up
season
in the
that
chat.
can actually claim that top 10 to try to get that global championship spot, especially with some of these other players leaving the region. Real beachhead.
Good, bro. Good to hear, man.
Another spot that's
Good
new
to
to this
hear,
season.
man.
There's a lot of nitro over here. There's the boost rings that can be used to try to get to zone a lot quicker. And there's the cactuses that we've talked about if you want to save as much of the resources as possible in trying to run.
If you think about it, there's a lot of natural map mobility in this season. You said it yourself. Nitro portals, cactuses, water of sticks, launch pads. There's so many kind of just things scattered around the map that you can use to help.
Bro,
get
it's the
you
new
to zone.
duo.
You can see
Jonathan
Pixie and
Pixie.
Yanis boxed up by one of those nitro
Just
portals.
surge trading.
Taking pop shots currently, but
This is the thing though, chat. They're literally surge trading right next to a
depends
portal,
on
so
where
it's
that
just
zone does
number
end
1
up
they're getting
pulling.
surge. Number 2 they've got a free rotation. Oh my god, and they've got the
See what they're doing
cactus.
here, saving all their heals. I talked about the cactuses. They're trying to go ahead and try to get surge from far away in the distances. They're not really scared.
Yeah, I saw
to
that
take
for you,
shots
bro.
themselves
It's mad. They
because
got
they
like a
know they have
50
all
kill
of
in
those
as
heals
well.
in the form of that cactus because it does respawn.
That is so
It does
crazy,
give you
chat.
30 HP
That
per
just
shield.
proves how
So
smart
for
these
Pixie
lot
and
are.
Yanis,
Look.
this is just the name of the game.
They've
100 gone
boxed
just
in.
like that, while 30 picked up yet again. Multiple cactuses. to
They've
waste
boxed
no
in
time
2
to get their shields back
cactuses.
up, so they're
Cactus.
constantly on the
They've
hunt
boxed
for
in
surge.
2
So when we get to
cactus.
that stage of the game, Skada,
So
I
that's
expect them to
30
do
every
just
time they pop it, and they
100%.
like they
Little
come back
sneaky
to
play
that.
here now too. Believe close to
Like they
Bravos.
revive themselves as well after
Gotta
like
be
a
careful.
couple seconds.
Mid to
It's
late
so
game.
OP.
Is it worth it to walk into those?
That is why
already
the south
looted
side of the map is
hangars,
like the best side.
buildings, Even little shacks.
Yeah, regrow.
throughout
That's
the
it
map,
for
as
you.
there could
Yeah,
always be
regrow.
Those players hiding.
That
It
is why
looks
the
like
south side of the map is
they're not
crazy.
Too interested. Oh, I might
Got the
have
new
spoke too
geyser
soon.
things, the rings.
Yeah,
You've
they're just
got
farming up
the
as much as
infinite
possible. They are being
cactus,
very,
like,
very careful.
what?
They're watching out. They have some sense that somebody might be hiding in this direction. They don't know exactly where, so they got to be careful not to overstep their boundaries just a little too deep in the zone. And right now, even though there's angles, I'm liking the patience coming out of this duo. getting a little bit too ahead of themselves. But they actually saw him on the other side. His teammate and his chance to catch somebody off guard. Nice shot to be fired by Frozzy. If he can kind of continue this pace, but art skill with a flank. There's a strength in numbers that they're trying to use, but that's going to allow them to escape. You see that T-Chip's already starting to heal up. The Cola is going to get 75 shields over time and instant 25 HP. So all that early damage is instantly right out the window.
You can see actually too.
Bro, new code is so
the
OP.
opposing duo hiding. We're not too strong on
I actually don't know what art skills
Got,
using in
like,
the
a green
combat.
Gatekeeper and maybe even like a gray AR or something, but there must have been a reboot. You can see only 5 shots as well in the shotgun. I mean,
Yeah.
they can
These
still
guys
come
in
out
low ground
on
are
top
so
there, but
scuffed.
They're
They're gonna have
definitely
to try
not as
and
healthy.
make a play. No way.
It's not as
Oh!
hard skill.
And the thing that's
Oh my God.
unfortunate is art skill just goes in, all the positioning, all the health out the window for almost nothing. And now his teammate's stuck by
That-
himself. And you see
oh
Flawless just
my
going
God.
aggressive. 108, 48,
Chat.
back-to-back shots.
That,
and then that
the
2v1
new
is just
coder
too
is like
much
chapter
to
4 slap
overcome,
bit,
and that's the
yeah, I
thing,
feel.
Scott. All
Bro,
it takes is
art
one
skill just
mistake,
had
1
everything.
second of
Yeah,
separation
coders
from
make
your duo,
its
and art
minis
skill
match
just felt that
everything.
pain full force.
And he
You can
popped
see how
nitro and decided
quickly
to get
he got
in.
eliminated
So
200
through.
to 0 in a millisecond. Even though they didn't have the
He-
best
he
loot
did
in the
not
game,
need to
they
get
still
in
got
there.
the job done.
They have better loot, better mats,
As
better
we
heals
switch
than the
back
other
over to
team.
Murstache
The other
and
team would literally
Malabuka.
sit on low and use his shield
On their
bubbles.
drop spot,
You
can
know
see
they're
they
scuffed.
have secured the mythic loot. They got the 2 elims off spawn, and they just decided to build up and continue looking for tags as the zone has pulled south in this match. So no rotations having to be made yet by Murstache Malabuka. On the contrary, the opposing duos have
But
had
this
to
AR
rotate
is
towards
mad.
her, so
This
they're
AR lost me
capitalizing on
100
that
quid.
by taking those shots
$100.
now from above.
Yeah,
This
just
AR
like we
lost me
saw in
$100.
practices, Mustache does have that machinist medallion, so he is going to get shields up to 75 if he does lack it. So getting a surge for them is another team I expect to be on top of the food chain when it comes to that. As Sanglid, Marius towards the outside. They're just outside of where we saw Malabuka and Mustache positioned at. So taking a fight here is going to be a little risky if they do want to take it on
The
that duo
fire
that's
rate of it
positioned
is
below,
so
because
fast.
it exposes
That is
themselves,
ridiculous.
not
Shoots
only to
so
Malabuka and
far.
Mustache, but the other surrounding teams that'll probably third party it for surge for themselves.
Yeah, you gotta be careful here. 30 seconds until
I feel like a
next
nitro
zone.
in.
There is that nitro portal, but there's a lot of open area here and a lot of duos kind of just waiting to look back at you and take shots.
I thought Marius moved
So
to
it's
NA.
a little
No,
bit of
that's
patience here from both duos.
Savage
No
Mongrel,
aggression coming
Ping.
from it yet.
Who else moved to NA? Savage Mongrel, Ping,
Marius
Vino,
and Sanglid have been in a couple
Tayson.
fights so far.
There's
So you
one
gotta
more.
imagine they probably don't feel that necessity to
Well,
have
Marius
to
is still
go for
near you.
surge like some other players that might not have knowingly gotten those shots in a far pull for everybody here in this quadrant of the map. So no matter if you're fighting now or later, you're gonna have to rotate out of this position and make it a
Beacon
risky
Flixie.
rotate. So
What?
that's where you see
Mate,
those nitro splashes.
This is one of the most
boost
aggressive
rate,
duos in the
everything's gonna come
game.
handy for
Oh,
this
yeah,
one.
so aggressive.
Nico Flakesy though, still a little chilly here in the snowy side of the map. Meanwhile, everybody else down south in the desert. You can see though, they will make use of that porter potty, which is going to bring them closer to the zone, but not enough yet. As hopefully here they can make their way towards a launch pad or something to help them get into zone.
No, there's a couple launch pads positioned by. It does look like that's what they're looking for. You combine
Yeah,
that
they're
with
going
flow
to the
very
pad.
fierce, makes for an easy rotation almost anywhere on the map. So you can already see
Yeah,
one form of
you see
mobility
eyedrop.
that everybody knows and loves. But
See
here's the new
eyedrop
one.
here, just based
They
next to
still
the
got some
portal.
distance to cover. You combine that with the Flowberry
1,000
launch
above.
pads, and man, you go zooming across the map. But it's very, very scary sometimes. Because I was watching yesterday through round 3 a couple of times, seeing players do this. They launch straight into an enemy team's box.
Yeah, you gotta be careful. Paris Eyedrop though has done a good job of holding on to those dashes. Marius Sanglid, now you said it yourself, they've gotten themselves into a significant amount of engagements and they're not done yet.
Marius can win
They're
this.
still hungry for more. Sanglid though might have overstayed his welcome as he's been fully eliminated, leaving his duo
Sanglid
partner
has gone
alone
down.
now
You need to try and get the clip of you
on his path
clipping
back to
eyedrop.
back to zone
Yeah,
here.
no.
And Marius knows at least one person had already rotated by, just didn't know exactly where he's at. That's Olver.
We'll go
Right
around
to
to
the
his
right,
bullet,
he's gonna go
yeah.
ahead and skip on past to try to get to zone. Now that Marius is solo, obviously you want your duo live. There's a huge strength when you can kind of 2v1 or 2v2 all these other opponents. But now he has a whole different feeling of flexibility. You can play for yourself. You can kind of get out of these hard positions without worrying about your teammate and not worrying about them catching up. So this could be a little bit of a blessing in disguise for Marius. If he can use his positioning and everything accordingly, he is center a zone. This is one of the most perfect positions you could be in right now. And he's in between two different cactuses for some instant heals.
Good way to cope. Think of the positives of losing your duo partner. Not many, but I like the positive mental attitude you got there towards it. Neb's Kidduo knew that Marius was kind of waiting for something to happen, I believe. So they not only have to be careful of that, but also the other two duos that are boxed up in front of them. You can see the zone, though, at the bottom right has pulled right with them in the center of it. So they could even build one more up if they really want to here. They're positioned so well already. Depends how much damage they really want to get, how many materials they want to use, but this is actually great for them.
Yeah, it just all depends kind of on the HP hills. There's another team deep in the zone. It's going to open up if they can just last that long, but Storm Surge really affecting some of the players in the lobby. Turtle and Chiefs, a team that we saw grow throughout that last major, get better. They get aggressed on by one player. You got to imagine what Finn was going through right there. Probably down on the surge. Chiefs get sacked up. 1 HP separated. Storm Surge running wild. Nitro just pushing players through the box, and now it's just Chiefs by himself. That can only last for so long before he goes down to Ju and Asa.
Ju and Asa just got him right there. That's just this season, though. Nitro can just get in box.
Quite a ways away, so not only do they have to loot quickly, but also figure out how they're going to rotate in. Only 80.
Taking Mythic Deagle. Wow.
After those two eliminations, you can see the amount of players they're kind of on the
maybe not.
As well.
Oh, no, it is.
That zone going to be looking right back at them as they're rotating in. So, although they came out on top of that engagement,
Malabuka Murstache.
A long journey to go. Murstache Malabuka, though, finally left their drop spot.
3 kills already.
Even picked up another elimination now. Bunch of extra loot, though. Looks like they picked up 3, even though they only got 1.
That's the thing about this season, just kind of thinking back to that last fight, is they were kind of positioned on the low ground. I know they had already fought one team, but low ground this season I feel like is the quicksand. The longer you stay there, the longer you struggle, you're just going to begin to sink and sink. The nitro splashes, especially when players are out of build, especially in this lane game, it's going to become very, very disastrous. So picking and choosing which layer, to me, is so impactful and so much more crucial this season than kind of ever before, and we're gonna just see it play out. I know we've seen little instances so far today with the nitro splashes, but once we get a couple more zones inward, we're gonna see how impactful where your positioning actually means for you.
We were talking about it. There's so many plays that can come from these nitro splashes that we haven't seen in a long time. So these late games, they're gonna get.
That's 7 up in the stream. Make sure to drop like, subscribe if you guys are new.
Nebs continuing with the rotate. You can see they were making use of that cactus again. Just
Marius, solo.
Kidduo's been cracked now. Nebs gonna have to help him out here. Group up, hold builds for a little bit. They don't need damage. They just need to be safe.
It's all about just surviving in most cases.
Oh, if you hit that shot, that would have a free kill.
King just runs right past. Against a team who desperately needs surge, 244 below, and one blessing right here is there's a team positioned right in front. Everybody has to rotate away, so this could give them an opportunity at
They need to do something here. They have to. Otherwise, gonna.
Around any one of these teams, figure out who
That's
they can
gonna
catch
die.
off guard because they just popped the nitro splash. So in a second, as soon as they
In
reach the
game.
box, they can start fighting.
Have to be careful.
They have to do something. They have to do something.
321.
I don't think they realize.
Worse. Even 1 to 2 eliminations might not be enough here.
I still don't think they realize that they have to kill someone now.
But with that inventory, with that loadout, it's not looking like much of a possibility to out heal. So
they're sitting and looting.
They've really got to hope a lot of players get eliminated here.
Yep.
As the zone even has pulled towards them. Bandages found. Look at the amount of clustered players as well. Just beside them.
I don't think many people are gonna die on this zone.
One of those very, very tricky scenarios. Flixie just sitting in the cone, doesn't want to get nitro splash, dashed into the box. peeking behind, seeing which players are going to have to rotate in and around him. All this information is so crucial, especially when you're a solo like Flixie and you got your back up against the wall, trying to pick a point, but Volko, Cringe, they see him there. He's in the cone for good reason. They break through the bottom layer, but Flixie, now everything is coming crashing down. You see him changing elevations, up, down, ping-ponging around, trying to survive, but as soon as he goes higher, a third party, other players in the lobby start to notice. They shoot some shots in his direction, but that has slowed down the chase, that allowed him to breathe here for a moment and survive into the next
Make it.
fight.
Wow, that is 3 med kits. Wow, that is lucky.
Just to survive that situation, it's incredibly important to place
That is so
reps
lucky
in
that he
almost
just
every
won there
box
and
you're
got
gonna
3
be in
med
now,
kits.
just because of those nitro splashes. It'll give you another second to kind of tank that initial shot after the wall breaks. As now,
Look how chill them lot are on the far right side. Wow.
for these players, is
They're the
gonna
only
become a
team.
short
That this team here. They're the only team that won on dead
95
side.
above for Merstash and Malibuka. You called it yourself. That medallion, which allows them to constantly be at 75 shield, coming in clutch to not only get those tags, but also be confident in these engagements and conserve.
Chat, building the metal is such a big thing this season. It's so huge. You have to build a metal because it's the only thing that Nitro.
Eliminations, good position.
It's the only thing the Nitro just can't run through.
They have the Nitro splashes as well, but they need to be careful. iDrop and Horace, they are the first team to at least trying to make a claim for that high ground. How long can they hold on to it? They still got 3 more zones to go before this game is over. And they can quickly run out of builds if anybody has an opportunity to look up, try to target them and chop them down.
Good news is there aren't any nitro fists, so they don't have to worry about any uppercuts so far. But what they do have to worry about is people popping those nitro splashes and running through their builds to try and chop them down, but that's a problem later in the match. Merstash Malibuka gonna worry about getting to zone. Nice cracks though, nice initial shots. Merstash has been cracked as well, though. They're going to be.
Look how OP that is. That is literally.
So Merstash can recuperate that shield.
That is literally like
flow barrier, big pots. Pixie now,
a worse, like the medallion last season. Like if you have that medallion, you can do so much with that medallion. It's such a big thing.
They had a claim for the high ground. iDrop Riz. They got
It's
chopped
so
down.
good.
Pixie Yanis, they saw that as a green light to go. And they
That medallion that
immediately changed
Malibu
players
Commerce
all the way
have,
up
the
that
75
mountain.
shield
They
one
did
is
tap
so
themselves.
good.
iDrop Riz, they will not
Just
miss out on
infinite
that
shield.
opportunity to try to take this game. Top 18
Artist
position.
goes down
Every
to
team that goes
Nebs.
down, that's placement points that come in. So if you're a solo
Oh,
like
Marius has gone down to
surviving
Kida
here
as
is
well.
gonna be so important, crucial, some would say, to having a good game 1.
Oh, what?
Artist gone down. Marius still holding on strong, but just one shot
Yeah.
away from getting eliminated on.
Marius
Able
goes down to
to
Nebs.
escape
So
as
only
Nebs
25 people
and
alive in this
Kido
zone.
are going to be the ones to take that elimination. Bumped up to 6 now.
That's probably just because everyone's getting in with Nitro, but
Nobody really had that chance.
Pixie's about to go down.
See Pixie trying to go forward. He gets chopped down, a little bit of HP, so he's not going to be able to contest for it for long. Nobody
This
has a chance to look up because
Heretics
the nitro
eye
splashes.
drop,
Everybody down below has to be careful that somebody's
This
going to
eye drop and plays on height.
Kenty gone. There's so many players
Caden
getting
Orion
lost right now in the blink of an eye because they're
on
not
second.
staying ahead of the game. All the materials are running out. Pixie forced to drop down low, and you got to be careful. That's the quicksand I was talking about.
Yeah, low gun
Is
is
incredibly dangerous
so
with these nitro
unfortunate.
splashes at play. Your
I don't know.
builds are not safe. You
He
are
needs
not
to go
safe.
up, yeah,
You're
look, he's
down
already
below.
looking to
Issue
go up.
is, a lot of these players, they're going to be running low on materials now. They don't have an option to play mid or high ground. They're going to be dropping
There's literally
down
no one on
layers
low
as they
ground.
keep running out of resources, and it's just going to be
I think
more
everyone
and more
realised that.
dangerous for Cade and Marine, though. Chemistry is key. Good amount of mats. Both players up. Nice initial connection.
Nice.
The pressure's on them. Walls being
That's just
broken,
saved them
but they're
there.
Still holding on strong.
The ramp narrowly saving their game right there, defending against that nitro splash push. They just dropped down one layer. Cringe still alive. Malibu and Merstash still finding opportunities, almost uncontested in that
Come on,
middle layer
Pixie.
that they're working
Oh.
on. Is Pixie just trying to go ahead and dive into a box?
Let's
trying
go,
to survive,
Nebs.
but it's Combeck who takes
Come
him
on,
down.
Nebs.
Great
6
opportunity
kills,
for him to
wow.
pick up an elimination
Get him
and
us.
even more placement points.
No,
Nebs,
come on.
Kiddo, nice little picking. You got to be careful though. We
Let's
talked
go
about
front
the
or just play
danger
make
of being
it.
Down below. They're in a good layer here, but the
Could just
running
play
low
make it here and go in
mats.
late
Just
if he has
two more builds
nitros.
for Nebs. Kiddo must be
Oh, he's
low
getting
as
in
well
old
as they're
builds.
forced to look back now. Alternative routes to find any sort of elimination, any sort of refresh as Combeck is left alone.
Yeah, survival here is going to be huge. Changing layers, trying to lose his tail as he was getting followed there momentarily.
Oh, Cade goes
Malibu
down
Mustache doing
to
wonders, finding
Malibuka.
another one onto Cade. His teammate already went down, so that's a full
Malibuka
duo gone.
all-
6
all-
eliminations so far. You see
also
their
have-
eyes, they looking
Wait, hold
up.
on.
They're waiting for that opportunity.
Malibuka
to challenge
also
the high
having
ground, because they know
6
eventually
kills.
If they don't, Chris and iDrop will drop down onto them.
FNCS champions showing why.
100 shot onto eye drop. The height team ran out of mats. Malibu and Mercer has to take height.
As they go for this high ground retake, this is a game-winning play.
Yeah, they just took too much damage. Risk. Nighdrop's forced to give it up.
Who's sitting in zone? I don't think they know.
Not even making it to this stage to take an advantage of being in a lobby
Nebs
like
and
this.
Nebs and Kidu on low ground. Ju in mid ground.
Is definitely up to him, and it has to be perfect if he's looking
Harris
to
is
survive a top four of
Harris
straight
is sitting in
dangerous
zone.
players. Harris is trying to heal off backside his zone. He's going to be the only solo left in the world full of
Mesta's just gonna get him probably, try and grief him. Yeah, here we go. Oh no.
To cause commotion on Kiduo and Nebs.
11 kills for Nebs and Kidu.
Only one more med kit though to be put to use.
He's
Malibu,
up.
no
No,
more
no.
heals. He has to find
It's
the
GG, I
player
think.
healing he needs to finish it.
It's
Yeah,
GG.
doesn't know where he's at. He's looking all around. He's trying to nitro dash his way
Nebs
into the
and
box, but he
Kidu
doesn't
takes the first
find
game.
anything. Kiduo and Nebs, 11 eliminations, have figured out a way to sneak that win away from everybody else in the line.
Wow, what a game.
What a way to close out the match.
What a game, yeah, it was a very good game. A very good game.
Ooh, okay, interesting. Interesting first game.
Moments like this, Nebs.
Okay, one thing I will say, the observing, they've given up that whole bullshit of sticking to a solo for 3 minutes. That was so much better observing than last season. I was sitting here like that's the main thing I was just watching for. Because man, I was getting over how they were observing last season. That was so much better. W.
Kiduo Nebs not only won the match playing the heal off, but they had double-digit eliminations. You saw how ruthless they were looking, going box to box with the Nitro.
All right, 10 more seconds, chat. If you just got hit, type the word Malian champion with some V-Bucks.
Not getting knocked down a
Got 10 more seconds. Thinking Tricks, Personal, V-Light, Kumi, Josh, Cheeky Charles, Max. This is us, guys. Wow, run the prediction again, sorry. 2 minutes? 2 minutes, we'll do 2 minutes. All right, we'll call it there, chat. We'll call it there. Thank you, Francie. What's up, Dusty? Yeah, that was much better.
I see what
way
the
they
lead
did that
was looking
observing there
like.
was much better. They were jumping around more. They weren't just sticking to one player, watching them just walk around in tasks. That was so much better.
Eliminations, there's 65 points, and this right here, Takata, is a moment.
Suzanne Vanyak. Go down to 48.
Yeah, if they're doing observing like that, NA is going to be so good with them jumping
Oh
around
yeah,
quicker.
yeah, Teeny and Chap. They obviously went down to the glitch.
Neither dad's watching.
But yeah, a good first game from
I'm doing
Nebs.
bingo board for grand finals, chat, not weekly finals.
Yeah, I like how Nebs closed it off because Merstash was already on the hunt. He was ready to find that elimination. He knew that Malibuka had no heals. Disruption down below.
Who's money making Joe now? I actually don't know, Theo, bro. I don't know. But chat while we wait. I'll play a bit of Rocket League. Next game's in like a couple of minutes. Next game is in. Hold on. 4 minutes. Next game is in 4 minutes. Everyone start up in the chat, who do you think is going to win this next game? Chat, who do we think's winning this next game? I'm the raptor underneath your wing.
What's good, chat? How many viewers? Shout out to the 4 viewers in the stream. Everyone make sure you like the stream. We got 2 likes, 5 viewers. Everyone make sure you like up the stream.
Right, chat, 53 seconds till the next game starts. 53 seconds. How's everyone day up in the chat today? How are we all doing? Play ranked after stream? Maybe, bro. Let's go, chat. Next game's on. Let's watch chaps on Spawn fight.
You wanna go for a brutal coin?
No. Like, I want to focus and bunker and then we can maybe. But I want to have bunker so I have the best guns.
This is such a good drop spot. Even though the bow got removed, it's still such a good drop spot. You get cat metal instantly.
0 chest spawned again. Exactly 0.
Also like 1 chest only.
Yep, exactly 0 chests.
I have DMR, but I don't have all the single items. What's he here?
Nothing. 3 minis.
Nice. Phoenix didn't spawn as well. Can you carry 1 coke or 1 and 1 big?
I can carry anything.
I have 2 medkits on the first. There's 1 coke, 1 big. 2 cokes on me. I'm taking it. You have white?
I can carry medkits, yeah.
Okay.
And
Trying.
minis.
Trying your medkits. In the middle.
Yeah, please just kill me. One more time.
Can you take the big?
Yeah. Actually, no, I have to drop nitros. Nitros.
F3 nitros.
Yeah, take them.
Again, 30 AR bullets, nice.
Just play SMG now.
I didn't find a single SMG. Took the picture.
Do you have fish?
Yeah, 100 fists, 2 cokes.
Okay, come on, we're gonna fish.
F
I need a
DMR and
shotgun.
a gatekeeper. There
I
was a
don't have
pump.
shotgun.
There was a pump. You
Yeah.
need? I hear
Yeah.
it. There was a great pump here. Where was it? It was somewhere here. Am I stupid? It was on there, on the other side. It was a normal pump here. On
Oh no, face cams. I haven't got it on for this scene, bro.
yeah, DMR and a gatekeeper.
Go on, try and go for it.
Not playing DMR now.
Words real quick. So I'll keep this out long for you guys.
And
Very
fist,
much
two
good.
cokes. I'm taking Enforcer AR. Spare nitros. Shooting at like Grimgate. On triple spot last season. Yeah.
I have like no match. Fish.
2, 3, 4.
Kids on the left hill, they think they have a search plan now. SMG here.
I think I take the Enforcer AR to beam someone.
Yeah, they're sitting there.
Behind us as well.
This was looted.
I broke the fucking brick. Be careful behind us on the lake, someone. I'm going on the hill.
Yeah, watch out. Someone can be coming there.
There's kids here.
I have a pistol, I can't do anything. You can beam that kid, look.
Which kid?
Oh, never mind.
There's kids fighting them. They're full fighting here.
Yeah, we can pad on that if they trade or something.
Birdie on other team. They're full build fighting, by the way. 30, he's cracked. He's dead, one knocked. Cracked.
Should we pad on that?
I know.
I think we should. And we get the bot.
It's focus tight. It's a 1v1. Come. I'm pretty sure. Come. I'm just going. I'm pretty sure it's a 1v1.
We want to get forecast on.
Yeah, okay, then go forecast if you want. Want
No, I'm
forecast?
just coming. No, just kill them.
I'm pretty sure it was a 1v1.
He's on height.
It's a
Is
duo.
it
I
solo?
think. I think it's a duo. Just go back, I think.
Nitros. Did you saw 2 footsteps or what? How do you know?
Yeah, I saw 2 footsteps.
They're killing the bot, I think. Yeah, they killed the bot.
Nice.
Go kill them. Oh, nice. That's good.
Are they? I see.
On me. 30.
70 on them.
Dead.
Another one.
Wait, let me. Fat retard.
50. I'm low. He's dipping. Just kill him. He needs to reload.
You're not running away. 50.
On it. One shot,
Straight
one
right.
shot. Yes. Spare coke.
Go back for
drop it.
forecast. Go back.
Oh, on me. I'm missing another team. Let's go back. Be careful. Oh, yeah, on top of the house.
I have like only 400 metal, that's all. Oh, nice.
3, 1, 5. Be careful that no one camps on the focus card.
Why do these drones think they're gonna get forecast?
I'm healing. Just be careful that no one hides here. I have 2 cokes on the fizz.
1 coke here.
What's your loot?
3 bigs, 3 medkits, 6 minutes I'll have.
3 bigs, 3 medkits, 6 minutes. I have 5 nitrous.
I need a normal pump.
5 nitrous, 3 cola, 1 fizz. Let's go, is bunker spawned?
Let's go, chat.
No, it's
I
not.
think.
No, it's not. Should we go for...
We got 4
any
casts,
30J
2
bunker?
kills, everything. They're gonna
Or
do
we
well
go
this
for
game,
this
chat.
fight?
They're loaded.
Yeah, but it's center. You're gonna get fair party.
Still everyone shit.
Defend one of
Yeah,
us.
just go bunker.
You want to pet on it?
I need to get a normal pump.
What pump you have?
Gatekeeper.
And
Green.
drop. Okay. Should I fizz?
Yeah.
Go for left.
I can't play normal pump with Nitro. Or Gatekeeper.
There's kids in Pleasant Piazza, they're fighting. See that? I can't mark the bunker. Bunker spawn. They didn't box up, or is it not loading?
We can third party Piazza, no? They cracked.
Let's go bunker,
each other.
let's go bunker.
Yeah, but it's 3 kills. They traded, no? They traded, they traded.
Okay, go.
They traded, go.
Coming.
100% they traded. On height. Dropping down.
Sitting on it?
Yes.
The other one is on height,
One
he
more.
resing, I think. He was on height.
Yeah.
Oh, nitro.
In Nitros? Nitros.
I don't think he's in there. Who is chat?
He's hiding, he res maybe.
It's not like the OG chap, it's like a new chap. He's so good.
Let's go back on the loot, I think.
Because the OG chap is the one on NA.
Here's the other loot.
Which chap see you?
He got knocked. He got finished, I mean. I think.
This guy is crazy. Crazy good.
Without elimination, it's going to just be hard. With 4 more
Tops.
games left, there's definitely a possibility to
Cringe.
come back, but now you're really going to be put to the test in week 1 to see what you can come out and do. Voco and Cringe, 42 points after that first game. Looking pretty good so far. They got a 9th place. They got 4 eliminations. They're kind of looking at that slow and steady wins the race type thing.
Yeah, not too bad at all. Not too bad at all. Medkit's being traded. Cringe
Chat,
actually led
the
all
AR that
players
Cringe has
with
is
1,900
crazy.
damage
I was
in
using it
game
in
one.
NCS and Joe Cashcart.
That's impressive,
Oh my
Jacob,
god.
especially seeing how much Kiddo and Nebs
It is so
were fragging
crazy.
out in the late game. Cringe still had more damage, so he was doing something right.
They
You
do
see
have
all
the
these
blueprint
surge
in order how to
towers
get
low.
victory royales as well in round 3.
Banyak and Swizzy died 48
wins.
last game.
With almost
They're gonna have to try and
35
put it
plus
back
eliminations
soon.
in those wins. So they're no strangers.
I think they
getting their
wait.
hands dirty when they need to.
I think they killed.
As we switch
They
on
killed
to the other side of the map
Mustache
yet
and
again,
Malabuka.
Swizzy, Vanyak.
Or
They don't have
Malabuka
to
and
rotate
Mustache.
far. Very, very similar to
They
game
must
1,
have.
or at least in this zone where they can kind of
Oh,
hunker
this
down,
is who was
try and
fighting
get
in Peasant
surge.
Piazza.
Not everybody feels that same safety as iDrop breaks into the box. Nitro splash, but he's going to almost go down for it. It's actually going to be a trade overall. Griff is doing what he can to try to answer back, but he doesn't have Nitro splash of his own. But what he does have is an opportunity to try to fight Harris, who takes him down with 26 HP left.
Those are some huge eliminations from Riz, but right when you feel the happiness, the terror comes right after. Chaptini, we talked about them.
Oh, check. Yeah, they
This is
did.
an
Yeah, no, I
incredibly
know.
powerful duo. Finished 2nd place in the qualifiers, making it to today. But now, after those back-to-back Cash Cup finishes, the Boom Bolt was removed from their drop
But yeah,
spot
no, I
at the
know
Nitro
Theo,
Dome. Are
because
they still capable?
last game they had the
of doing a
healer
good
medallion,
job?
but this
Are they
game
still
Vivian
capable
Swan
of leading the pack here on
Banyak and
EU?
Swizzy
That's the
did.
big question.
They didn't really get any points.
So we see two big
game one,
teams,
so
two
it's basically gonna be
FNCS
the
team
start of their
winners
journey
last
here.
season and this.
And if they could have the same
last season and the
performances as they
season
were having
before
to get up into this point in the performance
Fighting for the same
evaluation cups,
medallion.
that game 1, 0 points won't necessarily matter, but it's all about how you pick up the pace from this game onward.
Oh my
Nine
god.
and Della know just that. Not the best
Della
game
for
1.
nine.
They've certainly picked up their
What a
own
play.
pace, speeding things
What
up. They
a
already have
play.
5 eliminations, and as soon as they find Toos, who's trying to dash away somewhere else, that's going to be their 6th elimination of the game so far, and almost a free Surge Tower if they want to backtrack to it.
That's a great position to be in, actually. Wow, wait a minute. 6 eliminations already, too? Hold on.
Oh yeah, what?
We missed here, Jacob.
Della for 9.
Della
6
starting off.
eliminations. Wow.
Looking like they could take over the elimination record of the day. So many duos as well in the surrounding area. 4 colas to work with.
I think they are going to
You
get
said
in the
it
Surge
yourself, they're
Tower.
gonna go right back to their surge base. They don't have to do anything aggressive anymore.
Giannis and Pixie.
Pixie. 6 nitro splashes.
3
and
kills
even more
already.
left over.
I feel like the variation of heals this season allows for a lot of flexibility in the duo. You got
Chat, I suppose people are just going to fight. 3 kills for Chap, 3 kills for... no, sorry, 3 kills for Chap and Tinu, 3 kills for Pixie and Giannis. 6 kills for 9 and Della. So, I think everyone's playing it a bit more aggressive this season.
Gonna look once again, Chaptini looks like they weren't done with their momentum as they got themselves into another risky situation here. Both players now in zone, but it looks like they're still not done as they start building up. Are their opponents gonna fight back? Are they gonna box up? It's normally not the
Chaptini.
best play to box up in this current meta. As you can get
Running away from the fight.
surprised quite easily.
Only if they knew what
And
these
there
guys
it is.
actually
Quickly
had.
realized, you know, maybe we
They are
shouldn't take
scuffed.
this engagement. There is the river of sticks, so they can get those dashes by dipping their toes in that water, but taking a fight when you have to rotate might not be the best idea this time around.
Yeah, and some people might be asking, why did they run back in the zone? Why did they run
Mariah
deeper
and
in the
Cade
zone?
chasing
Chaptini have their
Zaxi.
eyes
That's
set
an
on the
easy kill.
bunker, opened up, see what scraps they can get out of that one. And you see the other side of the map, Mariah and Cade doing
And that's
the
gonna loot the
same
bunker and
exact
get
thing, fighting for
so
these
much
bunkers
loot.
outside of the zone. There's going to be heals, especially if you actually have some more, and it allows you to kind of get the rest of your loadout if you don't have it. And with all
500
that
gold,
it
they're
allows
definitely
you
gonna
to
put the
add
best
some of
attachments
those
on their guns
attachments
now.
where you want an extra couple shots in your Gatekeeper, an extra couple shots in your Thunderburst, or maybe just a quicker reload. The choice is yours.
This is a good place to be inside the zone for a bunker because a lot of natural
Asa
launch
and Ju
pads on
taking
that
control of the
snowy side
island.
map, and even in the more southern sides now with those
Island is
nitro
so good. It's
portals,
not
you
even
can
just
also
because
get
you can
your
claim
way
the
into
checkpoint,
zone
scale the hills. The
quickly,
amount of
and
mats
with
on
the
the
river of
island is
sticks
crazy.
as well. I mean, every location in this map has its own kind of unique natural environmental mobility, so you don't get punished as hard for staying
Giannis
inside of
getting
zone
on
in this
John,
current
yeah.
meta. Giannis Pixie though, once again, another fight here. 3 elims on the board for Giannis. Playing safe,
Pixie
even
kills
though he
his
does have
teammate.
that HP and shield advantage.
I think Giannis is going to try and go for a player once Pixies
I
gets
feel
with
like
him.
it's almost perfect communication.
There we
Giannis
go.
looking like he was taking one, Pixie was taking one. As soon as Pixie won his, Giannis slowed down, waited for the numbers to kind of catch up, and now they're just nitroing in through these boxes in a 2v1
Back to
scenario.
him.
Stairs block him
He's
off,
1
but it's only
HP.
buying
That's
a
gonna
few
get in his
seconds of
box.
time. He gets tossed off the side of that one.
Giannis
Luckily
is
lands into
beaming
water,
art
gets
skill here with
distracted
the
by a
burst
whole
doesn't
other
do.
team trying to make their way in, but they get Pixie weak, which means Giannis is going to have to figure out a way to reunite,
Wow,
buy
Giannis
some
is
time, and that is a
demolishing
perfect
this
way to
duo.
buy time.
Giannis
when he's
is
nitroing into the box,
demolishing this
causing
duo.
chaos,
Wow.
But Giannis is not backing down. They get the knock all together. This is perfection at its finest coming out of Giannis and Pixie to try to survive the nitro splashes.
That huge 164 shot.
The insta edit
over.
worked.
His
not
opponent
even chasing
now
art skill.
skill forced to run away with just a sliver of HP left. Giannis Pixie, they're gonna be feeling good after that one, Jacob. Medkit gonna be popped here, recuperate their HP, make their way back into zone. They can play full on the uncongested side here. They don't have to get quite centered. They can play extremely safe, avoiding all contact if it's what they want to do. Vortex and his duo though. Ooh, no more duo actually. Glebski has been taken out.
If he has the... Well, no heals. Ugh, I was trying to formulate some sort of a theory for him to survive, get Glubshy back into the game, but without very much HP, which he doesn't have any in his inventory, and he lacks some as well. He's at 77. I was gonna say scrap together some HP, use the launch pad, go deep into zone if you have the reboot card, but Vortex is definitely stuck between a rock and a hard place, trying to decide what he's gonna do here, especially if he's not able to find any heals that's left behind on Rift Island.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough.
Asa going down to a
But anything's
reboot.
possible here. You can see how many builds have been placed, the amount of action that went down on that Rift
Great
Island.
loot,
His
but
opponent,
Matt's
though,
a
is gonna
stop.
bring Ju back into the game.
Oh,
But it looks like a
Oh.
duo might not let that slide so easily.
Asa gets the
Quickly,
insta
though,
kill.
Tables do turn without even losing too much HP. Still 64 shield, 100 HP.
Wow.
With that elimination on the board.
That
It's
just
now
proves
even
that
turned into a
Nitros can be
2 versus 1.
countered, chat.
He's going for the revive, but he does have the nitro splashes still.
Asa
so it's
just
not
gonna
take
get
long
in
from
with a
breaking the
nitro
box. I think
splash.
Mappy heard it at the last second. In comes Ju, fresh off the reboot, trying to disrupt this fight as much as possible. Even if he has
Oh,
just
wow.
a little bit of a pistol, that's enough to break through some of the builds. They're not slowing down just yet. Another nitro splash. They know they have to seal the deal, but Mappy playing defensive. That's a nice shot to
Oh
back
my
down
God.
Asa. Buy him some
Asa
time.
is
He
just
goes on the
absolutely
offensive, trying to clean
dominated.
it up. But that's what's going to do him in altogether. Valiant effort coming out of him trying to fight back from that, but Asa and Ju
5-5-5
just
Mats
expertly
now,
played,
wow. He ain't
especially
scuffed
since they were the
anymore,
ones
chat.
getting that reboot.
He is
Kinda
not
issue
scuffed
for not
anymore.
going in together there, trying to cancel the reboot a little too early. Caused them to go in one at a time almost. Quickly turned it into a 1 versus 1. So great job for Asa and capitalizing on that situation. Ju, though, we can see how he was able to take out Glubsky initially. And this is where it kind of all went wrong for Kiro and Mappy.
I just think right now, because of that first fight, if he would have just landed at least 180 damage overall instead of the 36 that he landed, that would have been a whole different story. That shot, when he pushed in, would have actually got the elimination. And that just goes to show when you're close to quarters like that and the nitro splash comes in and it breaks the box, it causes a lot of disruption into the game plan. It bumps you back. It forces you to miss a shot. And that's a perfect example of that.
Gotta stay locked in. Gotta stay locked in. Marius, Sangild were playing very aggressive in the previous match. I almost always saw them in a fight. There wasn't a lot of times where they were just rotating and playing kind of more towards zone. So they might have changed the pace up a little bit here. Is this another one for Asa? Art skill now. What a way to come back.
It's unfortunate because that's art skill. He was still weak from remember when he ran away from that first fight. I believe it was Chapatini or maybe Yanis and Pixie that he was fighting against before. They took down his teammate Fire Hunter, and eventually he gets found out. Top 30 situation. You've seen the Nitro ring boost along with the Flowberry Fizz. Covers so much distance, allows you to slide. You quickly bunny hop yet again, and look at that. Just a hop, skip, and a jump away. They're at the Nitro Drome in zone.
It's what I was saying, Jacob.
Wow.
Every time I see Marius, every time I see Sangild, they're fighting. And once again, living up to that theory. But this time it is not going their way. All it's going to take is one Nitro into the box, as now Marius is forced to try and escape this situation. But with 2 players hunting him down like prey, how far will he be able to make it?
Everybody's kind of stacked on that side. Chapatini just go into the dead end underneath. Finish the elimination onto Toos. Quickly going to be able to get that revive back up. They have to be careful. There is a team positioned right above them. And there's only one way up and out of that one. And it's right into Karma and reverses hands. EMP going out, but that's going to be a fake. They quickly jump right back down. And now it's a waiting game. 137 damage above the threshold. They're quickly falling below it. They can only stay here for so long. And they're actually going to quickly try to rotate to zone. Maybe get some shots elsewhere or try to gatekeep Teeny and Chap out.
Take a look at the map. At the bottom right, zone has pulled far, so they can play the waiting game, but it might not be the best decision when you need to rotate to get the zone. You can see now some players choosing to do it quickly. Right off the start. Almost no duos currently inside of the zone here, as it did pull a bit southeast. However, the rotates are coming through, and for the duos that are already boxed up now, it's going to give them a bit more freedom.
Well,
to kinda
Lucas is crazy.
look around and take shots at these players rotating in.
I like that ramp that Ju put in there because it's going to stop them from being able to break in and still allow him to fire a shot right back. It's the little things in a meta that is this chaotic that really makes the difference. We saw some players defending the Nitro, landing crucial shots, ending up on top, and then little edits to your stairs like that, trying to give you as much of an edge as possible. And just like you said, not too many teams in the zone just yet. The majority still has a rotation to cover. Vanyak and Swizzy is going to be one of them, but luckily for them, almost 600 above the damage threshold. Surge is not necessarily their worry.
Neither is materials, as you can see, almost full maxed out, especially with that elimination now. Spare materials, actually, that they can even use to build their fortress if this is the position they want to keep inside this zone. Although it is going to be the most congested side, as all the duos are going to be rotating right towards where they're currently boxed up. So it might be smart if they want to play it safe, seeing that they already have more than enough damage to kind of get a bit deeper into zone here. But at this point, it's already so late that any type of rotation can be risky. This also seems like their whole tarp, so they already got their base made.
Wow, they just beamed through the box, didn't really stand a chance. And that's just a smart play. You know, they know that it's eventually, if it pulls up over that mountain, they are already going to need some elevation, so why not proactively prepare? Also get a line of sight in that distance. Yanis Flixie, 6 eliminations so far, 1,400 damage above that threshold. What Storm Surge? They don't have to worry about it from here on out. They just got to worry about the rotations. And it's going to be a quite a doozy when it comes to rotations, because they're one of the farthest pulls in the entire lobby, and they have to go up a little bit of a mountain into some duos.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting rotate. Banyak, I wonder what happened here. As he's incredibly low. It might have been the engagement against Karma.
Chance to follow in the stream. Make sure to drop like, subscribe if you guys are new.
Just doing all the work here as Banyak heals up. Both players
Swizzy and
now
Banyak,
looking like
FNCS
they have
winners.
game-winning loadouts.
Died off spawn last game, looking to make it
With the
big.
amount of damage they've stacked up as well. All they have to do is
They
play
need a big
consistent
game this
here,
game. They
and
have
we should
to.
see an
A
incredible
big game.
finish from this duo.
Yeah, it almost looks like them and Malibuca trading jobs. Whoever wins off fight has the best chance to make it deep into that game. So important to be able to save a lot of those shields, as Della and Fanayan going to be the first team to try to take over that high ground. They have it for now, but they have to wait and see where this next zone pulls. So they're planning.
What's a shot by Della?
What a shot from Della on the
Good
Fire
night.
Hunter. Looking around the lobby, and this is what happens. Just quickly look towards the backside of the zone, where every player has to make a mad dash and try to find safety.
Put to sleep. Haris and iDrop were the players that tried taking height first moving zone in the last game. Now it's going to be for 9 Dilla. We'll see where this zone does end up pulling, though. Is it going to pull towards them? Is it going to pull far? They're almost kind of centered enough where no matter where it pulls, they can technically make their way there, except for the play. So I thought it pulled to the opposite side is where they were building towards, which was the furthest side, but looks like they got a nice little zone to stay up above. So hopefully they can maintain that positioning. For Trulex and Chicho, though, they know someone's in there. They see his
Wow, you
his
can't do
outfit.
nothing there.
And good night, Jew. Unfortunately, not much you can do there.
Yeah, and you've seen the late game switch up. Both of them at one point or another had the DMRs. Chicho finds that Thunderburst down below, switches on out. Close range combat, you're going to need much more than those actual DMRs. Fanayan, Della, they're up top. They have to be careful. One team waiting in the wings, just one layer below. And we've already seen it happen in game one, where a late challenge for that high ground had costed the team up there. Haris and iDrop everything in terms of winning it. Still able to scrape together a top 3, so not bad overall positioning as Yanis Pixie. Slow and steady wins the race. They don't need damage. So
Fucking Nitro. It's breaking everything.
Chavantini go down again. 46 points, like not the
7
worst
on
game,
the
not
board
the
as they
worst
look to
game.
chop out height. It's Vanyak Swizzy. With this loadout, this is the duo that has potential to do it. They're still a little too far below, though. They'd have to go up a bit more layers if they do want to do a full-on retake here. You gotta be
have to
careful,
quickly
though,
put this
Swizzy. Almost
nuke
boxed up
on.
now. Down to just 5 shields left over. It's gonna be forced to recuperate.
they're
here.
chilling.
Good news is he has grouped up with Vanyak. They're together now. Gonna trade that medallion, recuperate shield.
yeah, instantly seeing him knowing the situation his teammate was in, drops it
Wow.
on over. Pixie, everybody's just getting tossed upside down above the map, all around. Yanis trying to survive, especially by himself. Pixie gets lost. That's Marine who's able to get that elimination, a good amount of loot as well, but piece control is on Yanis.
The make-it play coming out early from Janis here.
Just a little bit early, try to get together a couple more placement points, very, very similar as he did in game one.
So many medkits in the inventory. Also for Swizzy with 3. If Swizzy's able to retake high ground here with the amount of medkits they have, with the amount of materials and loot, they should just be able to close off this match. It's all gonna come down.
Getting Marine right on low ground.
Able to take out the team.
They're gonna have to get in.
Kane Marine down below. We talked about it in the previous match. Being on the low ground is incredibly dangerous with the nitro splashes put to play. Look above though. Banyak in a battle. Swizzy
Oh, wow.
has already taken out one. Last player eliminated.
The FNCS winners are on high ground.
Now they just have to close it out.
Yeah, they tried
Good
the
material,
nitro splash on
good
back,
whites.
It was just too late. Banyak and Swizzy already did too much damage. to
Enough
their
make it to win the
opponent. Now they
game.
have full control, immediately putting it to use. Look down. They not only get down Kenty, they take
Chico
down
playing
Poole.
make
They're
it,
just
trying to pull out a
taking
couple more
names left and
points.
right, adding it to their list of eliminations is Chicho. He's just trying to heal off outside his zone. A couple extra placement points are huge. We're now into the top 9. We're half of the placement points in the
Oh,
entire
Marine
game.
fragging out. He's still got always got so many medkits.
Medkits put into play this time around. Marine not missing a single shot as now he's popped the medkit. I'm not sure if he has time to get another one off though. Only 3 players down below in the zone. The rest of them in the storm.
Yep, there's only one duo. One duo left in this lobby. It's Swizzy, it's Banyak. They're looking down. They're terrorizing
Everyone else is solos.
everybody
They have a
underneath.
mythic AR on high
Chicho's
ground
gonna be the next
with
player in their
with
line
like
of sight.
1,000
He's just getting
materials.
forced deeper and deeper
They
towards
cannot
the
lose
zone,
this game.
rotating next to a couple of those other solos. Doesn't even have the nitro splash to get out of a tough spot if it comes down to it.
Right now, Flowberry Fizz is going to be what's ended up popped here. Still no medkits to tank the zone. Banyak Swizzy somehow, in the blink of an eye, went to 13 eliminations after they took height, claiming the record for today, but they're not even done yet. 4 more opponents for this duo still up, trying to plan out how they're going to finish it off. Medkits getting traded. 6 total medkits for Swizzy. It looks like Banyak is going to be the one that's going to drop below, get a piece of that action. Can he close it off?
Yeah, he's gonna
And
play
this is the thing in lane
disruptor.
game now.
You know the
You have
win's
nitro
already sealed.
splashes.
Now it's all about the clips. It's all
Yeah.
about the highlights.
What a win.
Chicho goes
They
down.
brought
He
it back,
goes
chat.
back
They
to
did
back.
bring it back.
15 eliminations for Banyak and Swizzy.
They brought it
From
back.
the major 2 champions, they just dominated everybody.
Look, we had a feeling, even just going into that end game, before the moving zone started, you could look at their loadout, you could look at their materials, you could even just look at their confidence from this duo. They wanted to come out on top. All they had to do was take height at the perfect time, and you can see that's exactly what they did when they took out for 9.
Yeah, and they just didn't do it on a whim either. Multiple times they were on that mid layer. They were trying to focus upward, shoot towards the top. We saw them get nitro pushed into the box multiple times, but they still remained consistent and true to their plan. Look up at height late into the game, pop the nitro splash if they try to outbuild us, and just fight them for the win. Swizzy and Banyak, you got to go ahead and look at this team as one of the teams to have a chance to maybe repeat this major and let that top 10 global champion spots trickle down to maybe top 11, top 12 to see who else makes it in.
They got to be careful of the early game, though. They're getting contested. They got non-stop action with European Titans. So as we've seen, whoever gets out of that spawn ends up doing very well in the late game. So it's almost more important on how they play out the early game. But let's break down a little bit of how they were able to secure that victory.
This is a great game. It was a great height take at the perfect time as well.
Jacob, but also choosing when to take height. They weren't looking at it in the initial moving zones. They were chopping it down a little bit, applying pressure, but they weren't even looking above too much. They were just staying calm, staying collected, and waiting for that perfect opportunity to strike, which was the second to last moving zone. And once they secured height, I mean 6 medkits, Jacob, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, especially in this zone here where everybody down below is either worried about getting nitro splashed into their box or doing it to somebody else. So there's really no chance for anybody to look up. And this came the
It's
final
just the
moment.
OP nitros.
We knew he was going to be the huge disruptor for the team. He goes down, finds out Chicho, finds that second elimination, and takes the game. 15 eliminations. Why am I so surprised when I probably shouldn't be at this stage?
I mean, it's what you expect from players at this caliber, but that's definitely shaking up the leaderboard. So we'll take a quick break, and then we'll be right back to the desk to break it all down.
I reckon Swizzy brought it back, can't lie. Yeah, bro. It's crazy. FNCS winners. They're crazy. Shout out to everyone up in the stream, mate. So drop a like, subscribe if you guys are new.
Well, it might be a new meta, but Swizzy and Banyak are here to prove that their Season 2 win was by no means a fluke. 48th in Game 1, but taking the Victory Royale in Game number 2. And Miniminer, from the start, really, it was the perfect game for these guys.
Yeah, it was. I mean, these guys, Wings, I thought might have been their carry last season, but no Wings. The party's still here. It's all good. Swizzy and Banyak are still a team to be and a force to be reckoned with as well. The way they took height here was really nice. They actually used the flow briefers to get up, get a little bit of a sneak attack onto Fenyayan and Della, who actually hold it really well throughout that endgame until that moment. And of course, then from here on out, Levin, it's just easy pickings up on height. They had med kits. They seemed so secure up there. There was absolutely no doubt as soon as they got to this position.
I mean, in the words of my good friend, Coach Harry, these guys are the real deal. I mean, if you didn't figure it out last season, you know, where you've been sleeping, but these guys just pop off in a way that is just mesmerizing to watch on height, man. I mean, you know, 15 limb game from them, of course. I mean, the story with them this season, sort of like what I said earlier with Manabuka and Sashes, are we just going to get the chance to see them play out these games very often? Two top teams contesting each other, it's a rough one, but when they do get a chance to play, they are magnificent.
I'm really curious to see what happens if we do get the fist put back into play with these two. I feel like they're going to just be reinventing the meta as the season goes on. It's really exciting to watch. However, I did mention earlier they came 48th in game number 1, and that is because they have got a hot duo to take on at their red line off spawn, and that is, of course, Mersash and Malabuka Minimano.
Yeah, I mean, this is Major 1 champs against Major 2 champs contesting each other off spawn this season. It is truly a spectacle. And so far, Levin, we have a 50-50. Of course, first game, Malibuka and Mustache, they ended up winning off spawn, coming second overall in that game. This time, Swizzy and Vanyak, they come out on top, of course, taking out Mustache and Malibuka, and they end up winning. So it kind of begs the question, who is better off spawn? Who is going to be the better team going into the late game when they do make it off spawn? Which duo would you say you'd back in terms of that position?
Well, for me, I think I'm gonna have to go with Vanyak and Swizzy. It's like if you're looking at like which team would you rather have coming out of Redline Rig this season? I'm gonna have to go with Vanyak and Swizzy. I mean, it feels wrong, you know, because me, you know me, I'm a bit of a nostalgia merchant. So Malibuka and Mustache, they got a bit more history in the region. You know, got a bit
Let's
more
go.
under them, but Vanyak and Swizzy, they've just been undeniable.
Okay. So it's chap off spawn. Let's see what he's doing.
Do you have an AR?
Nope.
If one time a DMR with 4x scope would have killed one out here. Now I get a blue pump. I have the best loot already. 1 cola, 3 minis, blue pump.
Nice. Zero chests. 3 out of 3 games, nice.
Carrying DMR. I have no good SMG. Can you carry medkit?
Yeah.
I have an AR, I'll drop my DMR.
This spot is so shit.
There's one big, I'm trying it in the middle.
I have 1 minute, 2 shield bubbles. Nice.
You can... What?
1 minute, 2 shield bubbles, not bad.
4 minis, 1 coke. Should nice, so I could loot. Blue pump, blue AR.
I got nitros too now. And the coke.
There's 1 mini here.
Can you kill the bots?
There was, where was the other big in the middle, right?
There was no bigs.
I think, no, I thought the big in the middle. 2 bigs.
Oh no.
Big, 3 minis here. 3 minis and 2 bigs. Can you carry something of that?
Yeah, I can carry minis. And drop your coke.
What you have?
Do you have minis?
I have minis and coke.
Okay. Take my coke then. I'm taking bigs.
The other big is in the middle.
You're carrying DMR.
Oh no, I have blue AR with laser.
You have nitros?
Yeah, true.
I have 6. Don't kill the bot, why?
For nitros. This. You don't need.
We don't need. I have 6.
My bad. what you needed. I got hit by him. Oh my god! Now I quit the game.
He's there.
Just popping the.
I got hit. What? Oh, it's a team. Nice.
Go back. Come pop the cactus.
They're king us, I think. Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh, they're not. Thinking about. Just come. I don't have this. Really one cap. I have 3 nitros, 2 cokes, 6 minutes.
Watch out, Marius, or I don't know who that is, thanks. Never search that.
There's
On
a
the
blue
hill.
AR if you want. Didn't bug can spawn.
Kid on me, kid on me.
Coming.
Full box. Full box.
Coming, you're alone.
Full box still.
Yeah, I'm coming, coming.
I'm dead now. He's running. Game with nitro.
I'm doesn't shoot.
You have everything on me. Cap metal here, and heals. And nitros.
What should I do? What should I do?
Marius, nice.
Oh my god, I want to go offline. It's not.
Yo, I'm back. We saying for you, bro. I might get arm sleeve when I play. My mouse pad is giving me a rash. Oh, that's not good, bro. What's that shot? I'm going for the toilet. Here we go. Vico and Flixie.
Make up for it with a nice elimination game here, but Vico gets separated. Flixie with just a sliver of HP. He has to try to figure out a way to reunite and alleviate some of the pressure that he's feeling right now, but you can kind of hear the damage coming out from Flixie. No shields on Marine. Vico's ready to finish that one off. There goes the first knock. Nitro Splash is making it easy for him to reunite, and he's not going to stop just there. They want this second elimination on Decade, and they want it now.
They're not done. Other Nitro Splash put to good use
Wow.
now. Drops down.
Vico's aim is
32,
mad.
32 actually. Gonna finish it off. It was 37, but still a great way to finish those eliminations. 3 on the board for Vico, 1 for Flixie. I'm liking to see this duo perform. Hopefully, they can get a big end game here, though.
Yeah, and they just took down Cade and Marine. First place by 9 points. We already know Swizzy and Vanyak survived, so that's not going to be hard for them to overtake if they can just make it into placements. As Focus and Belusi, they get that 1 elimination in the zone. We saw them already get 1 elimination. But that was the kind of wonder that I had because they had so much distance to cover. How many more duos will they run into and be forced to fight because they don't have Surge?
That's the big question. Belusi and Focus. They do have 2 colas. They got 4 Nitro Splashes just for Belusi. With 1 Elim, 4 points on the board. They're going to want to get a big game here. Zone has pulled quite far as well, so...
Caleb Martin is first out? Yeah, no, I know.
Engagement off quite quickly, so now they kind of can choose where they want to go, but they're being cautious. I feel like they know that there was duos surrounding them, so they're not sure if they're kind of waiting for them or not, but you can kind of assume that when the zone pulls so far, they're not going to wait too long for you, so... They should have a pretty free rotate back for Trulex and Chicho, though, already inside of the zone. Can focus a bit more on replenishing those materials, making sure they're incredibly healthy for the rest of this mid-game.
Said healthy. They said, wait, hold that 1 second. Flixie, he's gonna have to do it by himself. Vico's already down, and he's getting chipped away as he tries to gain elevation. And what he's doing is just trying to get away from the possibility of exactly that happening. Nitroing into the box. That's Nathan and CZB. If he's gonna continue going up, well, we're gonna bring him on down, and this is the opportunity to try to end it right here, right now, and they do so with ease. Flixie's down, Vico already out, and now they gain control of the entire bunker with that Storm Surge that they just got.
What a way to get the job done. As now, once again, another duo that, like you said, can not only get the bunker, can also play time here and figure out how they want to get their rotate towards zone. Just take a look at Swizzy Vanyak. After Murstache Malabuka have been taken out once again, these could be the leaders of this 3rd match. Haris and iDrop were the duos that tried taking height in the 1st game. But what we've seen from Swizzy and Banyak isn't that initial height take in the end game. It's more waiting for the right moment to strike. And you can see with the loadout they have, the amount of materials they have. They're planning to do a similar game.
Ton of Surge though, Takata, because they did disengage out of that contested fight that they were fighting in the first 2 games. It's all about picking and choosing where those opportunities are, and it does look like Ace Frack is trying to pick his own opportunity here. Heard some shots from Kyrie and Bad Sniper, and now he's sneaking up. If he has the Nitro Splash, which he does, this is going to be a perfect opportunity for him to catch that team off guard and get into the box before they know it.
Sneaky plays are always so fun to watch, especially now with the Nitro Splashes. You can just constantly apply pressure. You can see Bad Sniper so close now, but I think they've just seen him. The sneaky play has not worked out this time around. Just leading to a full box. Didn't even get a shot off on Kyrie or Bad Sniper. Just a straight up annihilation. Almost deleted him. Looked like they one-pumped him in a sense. His HP fell down so quickly. You can't win them all, Jacob.
Yeah, oddly enough,
Tell me if I'm at war,
the Nitro Splash, he would have got out of that. Because you saw him turn around, kind of run into boxes. He got boxed up. Almost looked like me out there, but that Nitro Splash would have saved him just indefinitely. Just unfortunate enough, it's just a quick reaction time that really separates the players here, the champions, almost from everybody else, is you and Asa. We saw them in game 1 start to build some momentum. Unfortunately, it got cut just a little bit short. And let's see if they can make up here. 90 points. There's not a lot of pressure on them for having a big game here to catch up and keep up with the pace. So for them, it's just business as usual.
Business as usual, as Banyak Swizzy have boxed up by a Nitro portal, so they have the opportunity to use it as a rotation if the zone pulls further away, but Right now, no elims are on the board for this duo. I'm curious to how much damage they've been able to get. They're in a decent position, well, quite a good position actually. One of the best with the nitro portals, and also just for the amount of duos that should be rotating around them. Chicho and Trulex though.
Yo, they're back.
Just high up. I feel like this is where we left him too. Not too long ago.
Trulex.
Just trying to
He's
get as
Surge
much
Tower
damage
with the
as
DMR.
possible. And because they are so high up on a mountain like this, you see Rift Island in the distance, and you know as well as I do, sometimes fights do tend to break out up there. Chicho is going to have a good line of sight over on that side of the map as well. And this is what I thought they were doing earlier, but he's just farming up. They built such a big tower. They used some materials to try to make it as safe as possible. And while Chicho's just making sure that the game plan is staying in a proactive manner, so is Trulex. But he's just farming up, making sure they have enough mats for the next rotation.
Kiddo and Neb's doing a good job here of refarming up the brick that they've used to build their base alongside this reboot van here. It's always a good thing to be efficient. You never want to be wasting time in Fortnite competitive, where you can be refarming builds, you can be planning out your rotate, looking for tags. There's always something you can be doing. So it's good to see that stay strong here. Curious to see now though where this zone pulls. Just one more second left. We'll hear the noise. And there it is. What are you feeling, Jacob? Where's this zone pulling?
Rift Island, southeast somewhere. It would be my guess. Rift Island was a little bit towards the north, had a little bit of west lean. Typically, it does pull away, depending on where. I don't know. It does look like it actually kind of centered up with maybe Rift Island in it. From here, it should pull either towards the south, towards broader battlegrounds, maybe towards the east. But I drop. He's going to have to pull somewhere safe, but he gets surprise attacked. Chris is there to try to alleviate the pressure and gets the elimination. A blessing in disguise, because those are the moments we're talking about where you don't expect somebody to be there. You get caught off guard. Luckily for him, he didn't have the nitro to just push Chris or an eye drop away and bring it really down to a 1v1.
Scary situations, but for eye drop and Haris, staying calm and collected is key. CZB, you welcomed him in. Back in the game with his duo Nathan. And like we mentioned earlier, they have a lot of natural mobility that they can use to get back into the zone from this position. They not only get the extra loot from the bunker, but also a nice late rotate in. And with those two eliminations, they've already done a...
Did Twi call? I'm not sure for it, bro.
We'll see how they're able to kind of position themselves once they make it back in. But for now, they should be all right.
I'm just looking at CZB and Nathan. And there's a team that, when it comes to the open formats for FNCS or any of these other tournaments that we do have on, they're usually at the top of the leaderboard. It's when we get into the set lobbies, they do seem to find those struggles. I can only imagine, though, it's a matter of time, and we see it almost every single season where a team that's used to struggles figures out a way to kind of make it work.
Oh, you 1-2-1? Oh.
Here trying to get that AR to the end of Rift Island, where he is safe in towards the zone. And this is where Takada, you asked me the question last time, the zone should pull towards the south, maybe towards the east, depending on what POIs are around.
Fingers crossed. Let's see here. I'm feeling more of a east one. Don't know why. Careful here. Your duo partner is also low. Both players now forced to maybe even regroup here and heal. As the medkit's being popped, they could use a bit of the flowberry to get that AoE healing. Two more duos in their surrounding, though. As the zone has pulled east. Would have been my lucky day if I was in the lobby. How many duos already set up for that, though? Not quite sure. As Kenty and his duo partner here saw a bit of extra loot they're going to pick up.
Even if it's not much, that little bit extra just could be enough to kind of get you over the top, get you through the next fight, and then you can go and get the spoils from there. You see them boxing up. They know a rift is down there. They ran right past it. That's easy to be a Nathan who took control of that position and the rift. The thing is, before they finally move in and try to take it for the zone, they want to make sure they're healed up as much as possible first, because they know the possibility of getting tagged up on a rotation like this is high.
Loco Cringe flying through alongside multiple duos now that made use of those Rift Island rifts. Nathan CCV is going to turn into some mountain goats here to box up and not only take shots back, but also continue to rotate through here with just 49 damage on top of the Storm Surge threshold. You know they're hungry for more, as the shots haven't connected yet. With the speed they get from those nitro splashes, the ability to charge right through their opponent's builds. They should be able to close this out.
Yeah, it's not just for the elimination itself, but see 73 above the damage threshold with Storm Surge. It's enough to where you feel fine and you're not taking damage, but these players are not comfortable. They know that can turn in a moment's notice. That's where they're making mad dashes left, right, center, trying to go up that mountain just a little bit, give them a little bit more line of sight so they can see where these players are at. But another far pull for the majority of the lobby. That's going to give opportunities for Storm Surge, but it's also going to give opportunities for other players to land the good shots onto you.
Shots not being connected, but with 228 above, they've already done more than enough now to out-heal this part of the zone. I wasn't actually quite able to see. Yeah, the zone pulled even further, so you can see all the duos now rushing to try and make it in. The more time Nathan and CZV spend here, the more difficult it's going to be for them later on.
You can see that because they had to get that reboot early on, a lot of their loot was split. It's a lot of scraps. They only have one nitro splash left, which is one of those things where you have to pick and choose when and where you're actually going to use it. They're just trying to out-heal Storm Surge as much as possible. Multiple Flowberry fizzes there that'll last, but it only lasts for so long before he has to start figuring out where he's going to get damage from. 199 below. That's almost a full elimination. 286 quickly falling. Everything is like a tunnel right now as he can only spot for one team out and he has to go.
Good news is everybody's focused on rotating, so right now he has an initial free rotate, but by the time everyone gets in zone, they're going to start looking back, and it's going to be that moment shortly here where he's not going to be able to make it in easily. Shots already coming through. 12 shield is all that's left. One more tick from Surge will lead to his demise, but it looks like he might have just gotten a bit of time to breathe here. But for how long is it going to last as he goes down?
Yeah, he had one option. Nitro splash into a box and hope to hit the one pump with some damage. Not very good odds, but unfortunately enough, that's how it is. It's Mappy. Ryan, I do believe, all the way on the other side. Nobody on the full North Pole where there's the most elevation. Nobody on the far east where it goes all the way down the mountain. So with very little actual good ground where you can play, everybody's stacked up together and it's pulling all the way towards the most congested side, which might be a blessing in disguise for Kiro and Mappy because they could see everybody rotate to zone and try to pick the perfect path when everybody leaves that spot.
Yeah, you can see there's no one even close to them right now. Everybody's kind of made a ring along the edge of that zone. As Marius has found a little present here. Little walk-in loot llama. As they're going to refresh a lot of that. I was going to say needed loot, but it's not like it's that needed with the loadout and materials they already have. Zone starts pulling. Let's see who kind of tries to make a play here for height. We've seen quite a few different duos do it throughout the day. So I'm curious to see now with that change in elevation towards that mountain, how these players are going to decide to box themselves up or even build up.
I was going to say, you got to be careful, Fnayan and Della. They learned their lesson. Take it too early in this end game. It gets taken from you as Nebs finds that opportunity. Fnayan is able to clean up one, but it's not enough to save his teammate. It's all about the heals. He does have some colas down there. Flowberry Fizz. It's just the nitro splashes that are really lacking. Only 2 to make it through this end game, especially with it going up the mountaintop. That is going to become a nightmare and a roller coaster for some.
Look who's up top, though. It's Sandguild. It's Marius. They might just be able to hold on here, even blocking off the launch pad just in case. They're patient from this duo being here so early. Additionally, with the materials they have, you can see the zone pulling even further back. A gift from the heavens for this duo. Now, all they have to do is maintain this position, take shots, see if they can pick up those eliminations, but this could be huge.
Yeah, and you can actually connect it to that statue as you continue to go up higher and higher. Sangil and Marius to set their eyes down below. They know it's not going to be easy for any of these duos to try to overcome that elevation. And this is going to be an opportunity for them, not only to beat everybody to the punch, but continue to fire back. Not let anybody get too much of a chance to look up. And you see Sangguild almost uncontested because Marius is the one staying back, looking below, getting those opportunities while he can.
Very popped here just in case they end up getting shot down here. Going to build on ahead. Make sure their opponents know that there's a duo claiming height right now. Literally in the clouds. As Swizzy has gone down in the backside of zone. Not sure if Vanyak is still up. But so far, Marius and Sangil, they're playing pretty calm and collected here. I mean, not even too aggressive at all. Just taking shots when they can, staying ahead, doing what has to be done. As Chicho and Trulex, not incredibly healthy in terms of damage, but as they continue to get tags, they're maintaining the positioning well.
Yeah, they're already in zone, just staggering themselves back, knowing that everybody else had to climb up the mountain like they just did. Not going to be easy. Blessing in disguise for the lobby as the zone does pull back, forcing Tangle the Marius to kind of reach human territory, the regular atmosphere, as everybody else just battling out. Neb's just going through chaos, just trying to smooth sail to the front side of the zone. Chicho and Trulex, they're taking it slow, one foot in front of the other. They don't want to get caught off guard like everybody else does this season.
Nebs and Kiddo keep looking up. They're saying, we chopped down high. Why didn't it fall? It's
Last
because
round,
they
420 below. It's crazy,
giant
yeah.
statue on the mountain, so they didn't give them that opportunity to go for the high ground retake, forcing them now to play even lower and continue using materials. At this point now, it's almost too risky to try and overtake height. They don't have enough mats to do so. So Sangin and Marius are just still holding on strong.
Yeah, it's not really stopping them just yet. Trulex, Chicho,
The double
they
kill.
look down, they find another
The double kill
opportunity.
from Chicho.
Elimination coming out from Chicho.
Just an easy
Quickly
refresh,
scraps
pulls
together
back
all
as
that
well.
loot.
That's
They're
so
trying to get as many
chilling.
builds as possible, which isn't much, but at least it's something for them to work with. And this is where they're playing tricky. They know the zone is going back in their direction. They have a ton of time to work with, so they're not trying to make any rash decisions.
Gotta be careful here. There's so many duos close by. They need to stay together, as it looks like with this zone pull. There's still no duos.
Marius and
Marius Sangil doing a
Sangil.
good job of applying pressure to the duos that are second height, so they know that they're being
On
looked
height.
at, and they don't get a lot of time to even think about retaking it.
And the chance for any of those players to really look up and focus the high ground is long gone, especially with the Nitro Splash. You're just seeing a lot of the chaos everybody's going through. The only other team that I think is down there right now that has smooth sailing is Chicho and Trulex, but they're that second height. They're the ones getting focused by Marius and Sangild and forced to expend almost every single material they have just to stay alive.
Only 4 builds left. Not a lot of choices either, as Kidduo and Nebs now forced into the engagement. Nebs goes down, Kidduo shortly after. iDrop is going to be the one that secures it, as now they continue dropping down low. Marius said, I'm tired of taking these shots from above. I want to frag out. I want to do a bit more damage. I want a bit more elims, and that's exactly what he's doing.
Trying to catch everybody off guard, disrupt the possible end game. Chicho's finding his way up. Marius missing a couple shots they doesn't normally miss, but Chicho, Trulex, they separate, but they're figuring out a way to stay alive. They're making things happen as 2 individual solos in a game, but I might have spoke too soon. Chicho gets found out. It's Marius, the final boss. He's ready to end the show, dropping down wall after wall. He takes out another one, and wall again into bad sniper. He's trying to just take everybody out.
Sangil, you already know he's got max heals, so he can just win the game.
Takes the shot, connects. That's another one. 6 on the board for Marius, but he's not done yet. Another shot comes through, gets another one. Up to 8 eliminations. Marius is looking unstoppable.
Wow.
Now it's essentially
What a game.
a 1v1 situation, but iDrop was healing off the backside of zone, trying to get those placement points, and thanks to Marius, he got a ton of placement points as a solo. But Marius and Sangil, you were talking about him. You were saying it's only a matter of time before these guys pop off, and they got a huge victory in the 3rd game.
This is why he's got so many fans. I mean, I've seen him on socials. Everybody's waiting for the pop-off to happen. And Marius, you could tell he was up top. He was in the clouds. They were playing it safe. They were getting placement. But you could see it in his eyes. Marius wanted something more. He wanted to use his mechanical skills, and quickly enough. I don't even know how many eliminations he started with before he dropped down, but ending with 8 eliminations, I mean, what a way to pop off.
Yeah, that was all by himself, but they have their roles intact. As soon as he knew the lobby was thin enough, almost everybody was solos. He felt that confidence to drop down with the Nitro Splash, frag out, and disrupt any possible heal-off attempts. Congratulations to them. That was huge, but we're going to go to a quick break as we try to figure out who is the team in first place.
welcome back to FNCS. We are halfway through our first qualifier of Major number 3. And it was a third time lucky for Marius and Sangeld. An exemplary performance from them, especially in that final zone. We just kept following the guys. It was just inevitable that they were going to take the victory royale, Miniminer.
Yeah, really nicely done from this team. I mean, it was a pretty standard high end game from this duo. It was a pretty easy high end game when it came from their perspective, because really nobody contested them for it at all. I think the zones definitely had a part to play in that, and the way they ended up playing was really good. But a difference here, we saw Marius dropping down here, 11, trying to get those eliminations down low as that zone pulled back.
Yeah, absolutely, right? When you look at the way the zones pulled, they pulled back sort of twice on itself, right? And so it was very awkward pulling back through so many old builds. And we actually had sort of the exact same situation happen in game 1, right? When iDrop and Haris were up on height. And the difference was those guys just tried to stay on height and hold on to it. In this game, Marius said, no, we can't just watch the game pass us by. I need to go down and be aggressive. And how he dominated the lobby when he decided to do that was phenomenal, right? You know, the TikTok player of the year, Marius, just showing why exactly he is considered one of the best fraggers in the game right now. A lot of people have been waiting to see, after sort of a disappointing grand finals last season, what can this guy do? Can he step up to the plate? And if he's going to keep whipping out performances like that, my oh my, Denmark is going to be having an absolutely wonderful summer.
Is this just a meta thing working out for these guys? Why is it that we haven't necessarily seen them picking up victory royales in the past? Mini.
I think for this duo, they had a really, really good Major 1, right? A really solid start to the Major, really solid start to the year. I think it was 5th in the end there. They placed in that particular grand final, or 4th, something like that. An insane performance from these guys. They didn't quite match it last season. It was something that I talked about a lot, was whether they're up to the task of having the lights now bright on those guys. Are they up to the task of being one of the best teams, one of the best names in the region? And it didn't seem like that was the case last season. They had a lot of hype, particularly Marius had a lot of hype, as you mentioned, Levin, on TikTok, from all of those solo cash cup performances that he had. Was insane. This season, we haven't seen that massive performance from them yet, but if they can now get to a stage where they know how to play, they have their play style, they have their experience now of not having such a good grand finals, maybe they can level their heads a little bit and hopefully end up in that call spot for globals.
On a game-specific level as well, right? The casters highlighted it. This game, they had forecast. They haven't in the others. A lot of their mid-games have looked a bit stretched, a bit rough at times, so I think having forecast, knowing the zones definitely played a part in helping.
But let's take a look at the leaderboard and see where we're at. 3 games into the qualifier. We've got 3 more games to go. It'll be interesting to see what happened to Strizzy and Banyak after that game. Not necessarily their finest hour, and you can see them dropping, though, in the standings. However, Nebs and Kaduo, Levin, have not been shy in coming forward and going for those eliminations. They're not a duo that likes to necessarily play it safe.
Yeah, I'm trying to, keep my expectations low here. Temper my excitement. Because Nebs, he's hurt me in the past, man. I've fallen for this trick before, man. Nebs will always give us this crazy performance.
Yeah, and it's NX.
Yes, I get myself excited. I get myself hyped up. I love Nebs. I want the best for him. And he's incredibly talented.
Xenex, I've been watching Nebs the whole time. He's actually dominating.
I want to see it consistent.
It's odd.
That's the key, right? Can they do this week in, week out, leading up to grand finals? That's going to be the real difference maker, Mini.
I mean, a big question mark for this duo is their off-spawn situation. Of course, contesting Toos and Kami. Their game number 2 was not quite as good as their game 1 and 3. Of course, going down 48th place with only 1 elimination.
Haven't seen him on a single leaderboard since 2020.
Moving back up there after this game. Yeah, I think I agree. This is a duo that can be exciting. Nebs in particular, a player that can have his big pop-off moments, and it kind of reminds you as to how good of a player he really is. I feel like his name doesn't come up in the conversations often enough for some of the most talented players on the region in terms of just natural ability. But this is exciting me though. I think I'm more optimistic maybe about their potential when it comes to the grand finals, when it comes to the later stage of the tournament, because I hope now for this duo they can learn from their mistakes and particularly Nebs in terms of performing on the big stage.
Levin, you mentioned iDrop and Haris earlier and the way that they like to try and maintain height. Do you think that they can also maintain their position on the leaderboard?
I mean, for sure. I think you look at both of these players and they both had their fair share of ups and downs with previous duo partners. And the key conversation I've always had around iDrop is just self-confidence and really believing in himself and knowing that the talent he has is something he can, execute on a consistent basis. And so it's almost sort of a retweet of what I said about you know, Nebs and Kidu, of just like, can we see them consistently pull out these types of performances? I think in the past we've seen top qualifier performances, but not necessarily being able to translate that once the lobbies get a bit more difficult.
Yeah, they're one of those teams, again, it's like they make it to the end game, they're able to have a very solid performance. Again, looking at one of their placements, game number 2, very much like Nevs and Kiduo, not the best performance going down in the mid game. So if all these guys can get to the end game, it's going to be a very exciting watch.
Well, we've seen a lot of the familiar names who have been making it to the end games each time, so let's see if that consistency carries over to game number 4 with Jacob here and Takata.
Consistency is key, Takata, and that's what we're seeing about some of these teams. It's not just the meta, the nitro splashes, but you're seeing the consistent game plan that a lot of these guys have. They stay away from that ultimate low ground layer in these end games because they know that is where you have the highest chance of kind of getting nitro splash and getting your game tossed away.
You have the consistency, but you also have the inconsistency of these early games, right? I mean, Merstash, Malabuka, Banyak, Swizzy, they had, you know, their 1v1, 2v2 going on, but now all of a sudden there's another duo in the mix. Noah Rayleigh said, you know what, I'm gonna drop there as well.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see if that's gonna stay consistent or also, you know, be a little inconsistent in terms of the drops, because that's really what sets you up for the momentum in the mid and late game. But the battle bus is ready. Let's get right into the next match.
Almost all day long, the gap between first and everybody else has been very, very minimal. In the second half of the day, it's only 5 points between first and second place, and about 37 points between first and 11th. That
Alright, chat. I'm going to the toilet. I'll be back.
in terms of one of these games, you pop off, you have a big game, now you're in contention of that first place spot.
It's a difficult path for a lot of these duos. But look at this. Kiduo Nebs up against Karmi and his duo partner, and it's all down to a 50-50 as well. Karmi's going to be the one, though, that secures that initial weapon. And now the 2v1 onto Nebs. Both players pretty low on HP, but it's still going to be difficult. Did I just hear that correctly?
Yeah. You heard that.
I did.
Oh
Okay.
my, he just tried to drop down into the barrels.
I mean,
builds to catch himself. I assume he didn't have enough builds to catch himself, but Karmi 2's just really won that fight. It seems like without even trying too hard. Oh yeah.
yeah, he tried to run into the water of sticks there, but kind of broke his nose. Swizzy, Merstash, Malabuka, Aqua, Noah. I don't know. This is a difficult situation to be in.
Yeah, now that it's kind of known that Noah and Aqua are rotating over, contesting this in a triple contested, everybody's playing a little different. That last game, you kind of give the benefit of the doubt, kind of reactionary, especially with Malabuka or Merstash, not really expecting it. This time around, Malabuka and Merstash planned for a triple contested drop. They got the highest elevation at the red line rig, and it does look like they're fighting the boss already to try to claim it for themselves.
A lot of potential here. Let's take a look once again at Brawler's Battleground, Giannis and Pixie. The first game they didn't come out on top was the last one, so is it going to be a repeat, or can they continue their dominance from the initial matches here? Cola being popped, just 1 HP was left over from those initial shots. Bad Sniper is incredibly low as well, but Kyrie, almost 200 effective HP and shield. It's an even game right now.
Yeah, he has to figure out how to reposition and help out Bad Sniper because Giannis got the time that he needed to get the shields up. Pixie going straight in for the 1v1, knowing that Bad Sniper can't help. Giannis is going over the top as well. They're trying to 2v1 while they have the chance, but it does look like Kyrie was able to reposition, and that was so crucial instead of just fighting that 1v1 because now they still have a strength in numbers. It's just now it's much more of an even fight due to the lack of shields.
Trying to crouch to not give away his position here. See what can be done. But I think Pixie and Giannis might know, might have an idea of where a Bad Sniper is. Both players now backed up. You can see they've taken so much time. There are opposing duos kind of getting closer and closer for potential third or even fourth parties. So now it just might not even be worth it to close out this engagement.
Yeah, it's just kind of lasted way too long. They finally get jumped on. Another team coming in on towards the side. That's Voltiax and Cool. They're able to get the knock on to Kyrie. Bad Sniper now stuck by himself in a much worse position than he was literally just moments ago. And that just goes to show the decisions from Giannis and Pixie to play just a little bit more careful and safe, knowing that there's so
FA
many
Cool.
teams, not
I'll play it
necessarily
Scum for.
contesting Baller's battleground, but that threatens for a third party.
Yeah, it's a difficult situation. But it looks like the hunt isn't quite on yet. Let's look at Marius once again, continuing that momentum from the last match, but I might have spoken too soon, as now he's gone down and left Sangild alone in a 1 versus 1.
It's almost revenge because it was Marius who took down both Belusi and Focus at the end of that last game, crashing through some of those boxes with the Nitro Splash, and now they're just trying to return the favor. Sangild knows the reposition. The Nitro Splash is on. He gets attacked from above, gets attacked from below. A whole nother duo, Chap and Teeny, have rotated in, stolen away that elimination. They realize where they're at the leaderboard is not where they feel they should be, especially with how dominant they've been throughout the qualifiers so far. So in this game, it almost looks like they're trying to pick up the pace. They have a gap that they need to fill, and they're going to do it with elimination points.
Yeah, they did a great job leading up to FNCS, and even at the start of these matches, when we've seen them perform, they have been getting their eliminations. I'm not really sure how they keep going down before securing a lot of points in the end game. Something must be going wrong in those last zones of the mid to late game, but all it really takes is a couple of good matches. So you never really know. Malabuka Merstache, though, I mean, the loot they have doesn't look great, but if there's any duo that can get a comeback from a difficult off-spawn situation like the one they've been put into, it's going to be Merstache and Malabuka.
Yeah, they definitely got a lot of time in the world. Because of the cactuses that are around the southern portion of the map, they don't necessarily have to use the med kits. But we saw 2 elims, and it's the champs going at it yet again. Swizzy was the first one knocked. Malabuka, Merstache using their dynamic duo to go ahead and take down Vanyak next. So struggles on that off-spawn exchange continue, whether it's at the POI or not.
Asa and Zhu now. They kind of saw some duos surrounding them, but nothing that made them want to go aggressive. Actually just went to see what was left over from that fight. One medkit isn't too bad. I mean, it is what it is. Karma getting knocked down, though. Vortex and Glebski. On the other end, I think last match they actually got eliminated by that duo, so now able to return the favor with a quick 2 elims. Edge of the zone as well, so not too many other duos in sight.
Kind of free rotation. Just like we said in some of those other games, the only real position you have to watch out for is the mountain, which you already see. There's nobody boxed up there. But the forecast tower that we've seen Marius, Sangild, Chap, Teeny fight for.
So you played it was the next 4 years, isn't it?
It looks like Chap and Teeny.
So wait, no, so you played it in the next 4 years,
So
right?
far, they were beat to the punch by
I used
Marius
to
and
play
Sangild, who were able to position themselves on top of that forecast tower, box up, and gain all the space. This time around, Chap and Teeny are hoping this is a whole different story.
Now looks like he wants to make a move with that Nitro, but with one shot connected, he's still 1 away from securing that elim. He has lost his duo partner, but so has his opponent. So all it's going to take is 1 quick shot. You can see the ramps being put to good use. It's really the only kind of semi-counter you can do for the Nitro. It gives you just another second to breathe.
Extended fight right now. T-Chips was able to kind of get healed up, and the way he was playing defensive against that Nitro Splash, knowing put some ramps down, go up a few layers, don't let it easy for him to just knock into the box over and over and over. He's trying to be one of the first teams to rotate out of the spot. If you don't have the HP, it's very, very risky to overstay. There's no cactuses on this side of the map, so no free heals for you. Cade with a huge advantage in terms of HP and shield is going on the offensive, and that's going to slow down his opponent, knowing it's basically fight or I go down trying to run away.
Gotta be careful here as the clock's ticking. Good news is they do have medkits in the inventory, so you can't out-heal zone here. Cola as well popped, and the nice two-piece take out his opponent there. Cade now 4 eliminations on the board. Should be able to pick up his duo partner as well. Get the reboot. Launch pads later to get into zone, so no more issues for that duo. But for Chap and Teeny, they're hungry for more.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be Marius and Sangild, but it's Finn and Kenty that's going at it right now, and a couple knocks going sideways and quickly eliminated as we tune in. There's another team sneaking up. They're just below them. Maybe they're trying to rotate by, but that's SNK and Nazen. And Teeny and Chap, they immediately drop down. They don't want to get chopped out. Fall damage coming through. Waste another Nitro Splash. They want to take the fights to them.
That's exactly what they're going to try and do here. They do have the elevation. But to be fair, they've already given their opponents enough time to be at a decent amount of HP and shield. But with the Nitro Splash popped, I think they don't care about that, Jacob. They still want to play aggressive. They still want those eliminations. And that's exactly what they're going to go for here. 48. It's not a big enough shot to be fully confident. But with no more shield left on SNK, it could open up more than enough of a chance here to get that initial knock.
Yeah, just forcing him to reposition every single second. Teeny not slowing down, continuing to stay on the chase. As soon as he reunites with Chap, it does look like they're going to let that team disengage. Just a little too risky. Especially when I don't think they've actually grabbed the forecast tower yet. So
Watch Teeny and Chap drop 21 in this. That is actually horrible. Yeah, no, I know Xanax is bad.
I don't know what I want to see from this duo. I mean, they play so well, aggressive.
I mean,
but at the
they
same
are
time,
so great. I think they got a 28 kill win in the
Geocache
Geocache Cup final, so that's ridiculous.
Points throughout these matches. I want to see them kind of play out a late game here, but now they have more than enough damage. They have more than enough loot, so hopefully this can be the match where we see something happen. For iDrop and Haris, we saw them in the first game.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Play
Man,
quite
it's
confidently,
mad.
but since then, they've had a bit more difficulty in the late
Oh, man, I
game.
should've
Early
called
to
up
mid
and
game, though,
says.
they have their surge strat planned out, and it works pretty well, so we'll see if they can keep that up.
Oh, they do that in opens? Yeah.
I know they had a 48th place, but a first and a 7th with 17 eliminations in those games. Noah, Aqua trying to pick up the pace. Switched up their drop spots just a little bit, the overall game plan, and they're trying to figure out still how to make it work. But Aqua gets caught off guard yet again. The Nitro Splash
Should
proving
play
to
with me
be
instead
a
of
huge tool
Plax.
in the tool belt with
Instead of-
straight knock, but Ju's not slowing down or stopping just yet. And you can see him playing very, very careful, knowing
Playing
he's
with,
dashing in
what's his
boxes. But
Crowns
Noah's able to get
and
one on
his
him. The Nitro Splash to save him from the fall damage. Ju just reacting very, very quickly to try to keep
You got
himself
some-
alive. There's a lot of resources
Nah, I'm not
being
gonna say
used
that
here
for you, bro.
in terms of both the materials and the actual heals.
Resources being used.
Would've
Time
called,
running
we
out.
would've
Zone
Xanax,
coming
bro.
to a close. Now cracked as well. No more shields onto Ju as he's forced to try and get himself into a safe spot. But with Nitro Splashes in the game, you can only be safe for so long. What a shot, though.
Well,
156
Crowns is
damage. The
worse.
comeback, the turnaround from Ju might just be putting the place here, but not be Kiro. Third party coming through. Once again, it looks like both these solos cannot come out on the
Who you
winning end
playing
here
with
if
for
they
next
continue
week then?
fighting.
Ju just completely
Bro,
stopped
no
his
one at the
tracks,
moment, I
hiding
ain't
under
even
the
gonna
cone
lie.
While they let him get distracted by Noah Riley. A huge blessing in disguise, but
No, Plax is
I
playing
don't know
with
how much
Ski.
HP he actually has to try to survive this. Mappy and Kiro have more than enough if they want to continue to look for this elimination. As Noah Riley doesn't even get a chance to pop the med kit or survive. He's going to get dropped, but Ju falls as well. The game of hide and go seek ends just like that with Kiro and Mappy finding both of those eliminations.
What a finish for the duo, but to be fair, they were kind of like pieces of a pie to be picked up. Both players, no
I don't
shield,
even
no
know
HP.
if you. I don't think so.
All they had to do was play together, play safe, and they secured exactly what they had to. Chapantini once again, non-stop action, looking like Marius and Sangild right now. And it's working out for them with the shots they're connecting here. Axe Force now trying to run away, but how much time will it take for Teeny to hit that shot? It's going to be Chap, actually. that
Xanax,
closes
you
it
play with
out.
Crowns?
That was just so
On
unfortunate
Friday.
on the Axe
What
Force.
days to get back?
Teeny knew
I
Chap
think
was
it's
gonna
Saturday,
come
I'm not gonna
crashing in
lie.
on the other side. He just waited. Say he's either gonna stay in my box, I'm gonna land a shot, or he's going to go into your box and you're going to land the shot, just showing how aggressive they can be. They have finally flipped that switch, and things are moving on all cylinders for them. See who in this lobby can kind of stop them in this game. CZB and Nathan, they're trying to stay ahead of the curve. They've been progressively getting deeper and deeper into each and every one of these games. Just they haven't
Sadly.
had that pop-off moment that they're used to in the open sections of these lobbies.
Looking at the leaderboard too, 3 of the top 5 duos already taken out. Only one's left. I drop Riss and Trulex Chicho. I mean, they're just playing for those series points that's going to decide if they go to the upper or lower bracket. But every single placement matters. Every single elimination matters to help you towards that.
Did you call Xenex?
As Voltiax and Cool are kind of... I wonder if CZB and Nathan know. You think they know they're in this bush?
I don't think
There's no way, right?
I think what Cool and Voltiax are doing is hoping that they go straight down into the box and come out that door right there. And that's where they're going to try to attack them. I'm not sure if CZB and Nathan are actually going to rotate that way, because usually I see players kind of go out the side, off the top of the building, but that is going to be what they're looking for, and that's what they're going to be patient for. And if it works out for them, it's kind of talking about patience is truly a virtue. Vico takes a little bit of fall damage going down, but not too much to worry. Medkits are there. They're looking for Griff on the other side of this cover.
Got 2 down, 3 kill, 200. Was that? Oh, so not bad.
Yep.
Oh, here it is. Griff, this is not a way you want to go down. 2 players, Nitro Splash right into your box.
You just run from Quibble in like 1 hour without getting a single
thinking of
point.
the options,
Oh,
Jacob. We talked about it. You can place a ramp. It's going to help you for that initial charge in, but then you got 2 players from various angles. There's only really, I mean, you got to hit some insane shots if you want to make anything happen. Merstash Malabuka now. We saw the difficulty they had off the start. Let's see how they're looking now. Look at that loadout after taking out Swizzy and Banyak. Look at those materials, the loot. They're right back in the game.
Yeah, huge pick-me-up. They're able to kind of save the shield. You talk about what having that medallion is able to do to your Storm Surge game. You're constantly not only able to save the resources and the heals, but stay ahead of the curve, make some risky plays, and see they position themselves on top of one of the islands with the zone moving in very, very heavily from the southeast. Malabuka and Merstash are hoping that a lot of the players that are trying to rotate in are going to have, and that's where they're going to continue to pad those surge shots that they need.
Cringe now and Volko in a sticky situation. Good news is, though, the shots aren't connected quickly enough to put themselves in a position to just get back into zone, as it has pulled quite far, and it's even coming to a close. They're going to want to start rotating here shortly. Volko's low on HP. Good thing is, you can see he has a med kit. Wonder how many, though. They only have 1 med kit. Hopefully they can start moving here soon.
Chapatini here at it yet again. They already 6 eliminations. Well, make it 7. They take down both Kiro and his teammate, making it look easy, just crashing into those boxes. And you can see they've cleared out a little vicinity all around them from fight after fight after fight where nobody is going to be close by. Even with a far pull, I feel like there's no problems going out for them. Mappy's going to be the first one that's dropped. And you already saw Kiro, he was the second one. Even with a good shot on Tini to try to back him down, it's just 2 players just nitro splashing into your box. It's just too much to overcome at times.
It really is. Haris and I drop one of the last standing duos in the top 5
they're
here.
actually going to drop a 21 in this. I know.
They're looking like they can
7
get quite the
already.
game done as well.
It's 53
4
alive.
points away from passing Trulex and
It's
Chicho,
mad.
who are still up. You can see they have 0 elims, so they are kind of a little desperate in terms of looking for damage. From the edits, you can see they're kind of looking for anything possible. But we talked about it earlier. You always want to be doing something, and in this part of the game, it's looking for those shots.
Vico, Flixie, with a much better couple of games outside of the first 2. Trying to really pick up the pace and even match the likes of Chapatini. Because it's all about those series points at the end of the day. Where you finish first through 50th
Chop
in
ended
this
his
lobby,
stream,
you get series
bro.
points granted. After 2 weeks, where you're at on the series point leaderboard determines if you go to the upper or the lower bracket in the semifinals. So it's all about consistency throughout 2 weeks. We've seen some players kind of scrap together a placement inside of the top 50, inside of the lower bracket. And I think we're going to see a lot of possibilities just like that as Vico's just trying to escape a lot of the mats being used, but use them before you lose them because they're hot on his heels.
Of course he did, yeah.
Above, but that's not the worry for this duo. It's the pressure
Got the
that's being
cheats on
applied
that.
to them. Vico
I mean,
completely cracked down to just
once
a
he
little
ends
bit
stream, he
more
starts
than
doing really
20
good.
HP.
It's a bit weird.
And his duo partner Flixie now forced to heal up. Looks like they're making good use of their inventory though. Maybe even flow bearing as they are healing at the same time. Or those colas popped.
These are two teams that have fought already multiple times today. Tarps kind of getting the best of them one or two times.
Tops, yeah.
I
I
know
just
they
saw
don't know
that.
that's them, but this would be good revenge elimination. Really assert your dominance, especially since you've picked up the pace and started to gain momentum on your side. But now that they're 321 above the damage threshold, they have a huge chunk of HP missing out of Vico. They have to be very, very careful and not take too many big risks, not too soon at least.
Trulex Chicho 68 below. Storm Surge taking as well. No more shields to use, only floppers and med kits. They can out heal it for a little bit, but if they don't find anything big, could it be, say, Nathan and CZB? Can they peek out, maybe hit a little shot?
Oh my god.
Position you want to be in, you need to land those shots, Trulex. You cannot miss in these situations. They go down here. It might mean that the only duo left in the top 5 is iDrop and Harish, and it looks like that's exactly what's going to happen.
He started it a second too late. He got up to 23 HP when Storm Surge takes for 25.
What have I just seen?
That's almost a blessing in disguise because they both would have been taken out. And now Chicho at least going to give himself a fighting chance with a couple more players still needed to go down. The Nitro Splash, the dash across. He knows somebody tagged him up, waiting for them to go ahead and catch up. That's Malibuka and Mustache on the other side and quickly end Chicho back to the lobby. At least that way he doesn't have to deal with Storm Surge anymore.
Mustache, Malibuka.
That was some naughty
positioning on the throne here. Started off so strong in the first match, but now have to recuperate what they've lost. Being in the dirt here is scary though, with so many duos surrounding them. They have split up their materials here. They're looking healthy in terms of loot, mats, and shields, but even damage, I just don't know about the positioning. They need to make it the zone. They need to elevate themselves a little bit. And there's so many duos around them that it's kind of a risky place to be in.
This is a perfect catch-up game for everybody outside of the top 10. Majority of the teams inside are either down and out or missing a player. Even iDrop, third place to start this game, 138 points. Finding himself as a solo, and it's barely as placement points are setting in. Top 22, so there is a ton of placement points to grab as iDrop lands a great shot. But he's not feeling that confidence to go ahead and try to clean that one up. That's because he's a solo.
654 above. The last player standing now of the leaders. Nice shots connected in the air. Good job getting ahead as well.
He didn't get dashes.
Playing confidently right now. I wouldn't be surprised if
he didn't get dashes again.
Come through from this back and forth with the nitro. I think he was trying to dip his nose in the water there, but
just missed it twice. I don't know if you noticed this.
Yeah, who would have thought? Akira on the other side. Started this one around 6th, 7th place. One of the only other players inside other than Cade all the way at the low ground. Everybody is just solos inside of that top 10 trying to get these points, hold on to their position. And this is a great chance for someone like CZB and Nathan to finally pick up the pace while everybody's down. Stop them from getting points and you grab as many points as possible. And with each team that goes down, placement points to grab.
That's a good pull as well. Pulls a little bit west, almost even southwest here. Close to where CZB and Nathan were already based up at. So you can see they're going to quickly build some.
Yeah, he ran it there twice and got nothing. Yeah, I know.
Moving. Cade with 6 elims though isn't going to be looking for height. He's going to be looking to get ahead of zone here, even more eliminations. Alongside that, actually as a solo, he might even want to follow
Nathan wins this. I used to Jove. No, not Jove. I used to Joe. Nathan's playing with CZB.
You know, other than lacking maybe some nitro splashes and materials, his loadout isn't all that bad. He has the med kits to stagger himself, ends up in the water, dashing around, ran out of materials almost all the way. His last build's gonna be placed all that danger kind of goes out the window momentarily. Chiefs and Turtle, they rotate right on by Cade, allowing for him to stay alive. This is a blessing in disguise, and he still has 3 medkits. So at any moment,
Look who took high again.
stagger himself back, he could scrape
Malabuka and Mustache. What a surprise.
Replace comes through. Not fully committing yet, though. No more nitro splashes. All he has are those dashes. As he might just start healing here. I mean, 3 medkits is a lot of time that you can save. I drop continuing.
Yeah,
with
I
the solo
tried the
push, but
naps,
it might
yeah.
be coming to an end here as he's just down to 8 builds. Manages to get ahead of the zone, but for how long? With just 1 HP left. Eye drop goes down, and Merstash and Malabuka, they've retaken height.
Top 5 is wide open for the taking. You might just have to go through Cade, who's making wonders happen here as a solo. Still has the 2 medkits. He can stagger himself at any moment. He just wants to get a little bit deeper into the zone and really make those points count. Flowberry Fizz waiting, because he knows the audio visuals will give away his position. So he waits for the last second, and now he's trying to make a mad dash, but gets tagged up yet again, taken out by Polish.
Mally Merstash continuing to rain from above. I'm looking for CZB Nathan. I see CZB down below. I'm not sure where Nathan went.
So yeah, I was frenzy of him. No, I was frenzy of my brother and then my brother and Ruben.
Turtle boxes, but not enough for Mally and Merstash to not apply that pressure onto. Cringe dropped into the wrath of all the duos now that are down below.
Yeah, so one with my brother and then trios. First frenzy I'm with my brother and RS Kang.
Merstash with a big shot is gonna drop him down, force him to dissing.
Not too many builds to work with, to be fair here, but also the players are going down quickly. Carby just 1 shot away from getting eliminated here. CZB still up somehow as Carvy's knocked. His duo partner as well. Almost knocked. Just 1 more shot needed to connect.
Zone pulling back now. Zone pulls back in that direction. Blessing for Malabuka Merstash. Not so much for everybody down low as CZB is just trying to make a mad scramble on that low ground, just trying to get out. Cool and Voltiax for the ones hot on their heels. They have at least 1 more nitro splash left. They know a couple players around any one of these corners, so they're waiting for the perfect moment to use it and crash into some of these boxes.
We gotta be careful though. CZB has gone down. Nathan as well. Looks like it's gonna get closer to that 2 versus 2. Or have I spoken too soon? Is CZB still up? No, it's Voltiax. It's Cool. Malabuka's dropped down right onto them as well. As Cool's been taken out. Malabuka on the hunt. Connects the shot. That's another elim for Mally. Merstash as well now. Last player up, it's Turtle. And it's going to be a 1v2.
Yeah, it goes through almost unnoticed.
Oh my god.
Together a couple more placement points, but when you're going against Malabuka and Merstash,
Malabuka and Merstash.
in this end game, well, you know how the story goes. 11 eliminations, and after game 1, it looks like the Major 1 champs are back.
The Major 1 champs are back, and some of the contested teams coming
What
out
a game.
on top, securing the VRs in these
What a
matches.
game.
And somehow, from low ground to high ground, Malabuka and Merstash closed it out from getting contested off spawn by another 2 duos, triple contested.
Wait, what game was that?
Taking out the champions, Swizzy and Banyak, and ending it off with a nice high ground retake to close out the match. Couldn't have been done better.
Yeah, they've played 2 games essentially so far because of that contested. And the 2 games that they played, 2nd place, 8 eliminations, and this victory right here with 11. Other than that, they have a 50 and 42nd play near the top of that leaderboard. And it just goes to show how consistent Merstash and Malabuka are and how dangerous they can be, because it doesn't matter if they start the game off slow, they always figure out a way to quick up the pace just like that.
It also shows how much a drop spot can affect you, though, because if they don't make it in the late game, you saw it yourself.
Fair enough,
7,
yeah.
Almost 0 points in the 2 matches. They didn't make it off spawn, but once they do, you see what they're capable of, so hopefully... It also shows how much a drop spot can affect you, though, because if they don't make it in the late game, you saw it yourself.
Fair enough, yeah.
Almost 0 points in the... Yeah, I love that car too. I could...
I might have to get on the token grind. Bro, you're so good in tokens, it's actually crazy. You've got like 1,000 wins, like what? I don't think anyone wants to play you, Zenix. Yeah, that's mad. I bet you get sniped. I bet you get sniped a lot and then they just cancel.